Hello everyone, welcome to the Austrian Grand Prix. The hills are alive with the sound of Formula One machines and yes, this is round 11 of the season 11 of the Formula One 2024 World Championship. This is an undulating circuit. It looks pretty simple on the track map. 8 corners around there, 3 DRS zones, and we could have a lot of DRS zone trains around this one. And I am expecting rain potentially in this one because we always get rain here in Austria. Don't we? So yes, looking very interested indeed then. Right, quickly as we are going straight into the get-go straight away, let's go for the drivers and the constructors standing, shall I? Actually, no, I'll talk about that in a minute. But here are the drivers and the constructors standings at the moment then. Sam Swift Ninja leads the way by 13 points from Lucas Percy, who I must say, up until about a couple of laps before the end of the Spanish Grand Prix, it was looking pretty dire there, but it's only 13 points at the top now. Menace Max in a comfortable-ish third position with Mortal in fourth, former champion Troy in fifth, with Brabbit, of course, the silver champion from a few seasons back, doing a great job in sixth position this season. Fantastic stuff indeed. German, a third race in a row that the former champion is missing now. Kick Sauber really struggling now with drivers. Eighth position is Cass, who's not here tonight. Keza in ninth position on 44 points. Toy Coin on 41 points. Runner-up on two-time two-time in third position in the championship. Boxstar, horror show the season. Also third race they're missing, which means they've only raced 4 times this season. Equals in 12th position. Delando on 11 points. 11 points for Coop. Chappers deserves much more points than 10 at the moment. Legends on 8. 3 for Knowlesy. 2 for Mr. Raging Bull, who's missed 2 races this season. Cam, who is in this session and who hasn't got a point so far. Nor has Mag either, unfortunately. That is the state of play in the driver's head as we got cars going out on circuit, and I'll keep an eye on those cars in just a jiffy. Let's go through the Constructors' Championship, shall we? Williams leads the way, but a very slender 12 points at the top. The stands at the moment. Haas 93 points away from Williams and 81 points away from the Aston Martin team. Ferrari on 77 points. Mercedes on 61 points. Alpine on 59 points. Kick Sauber, no points today because they got no regular drivers. RB on 55 points, 23 points for the Red Bull team, who have only got 1 car eligible today, and McLaren Mercedes hopefully to get off those very minimal 11 points, which is pretty horrific stuff indeed then, and is even more of a dire straits for McLaren in the joint constructors as well. I've never seen a joint constructors total so low. 17 points then after gold, silver and bronze after round 10 is pretty horrific indeed, isn't it? Let's not make no bones about it. We can't paint a pretty picture about that, unfortunately. But more nicer matters. And Alpine leads the way on 108 points. Then quite a nice gap they've got over Aston Martin and Williams, who are fighting tooth and nail for second and third. Mercedes are not too far away, 17 points away in fourth position. Ferrari are in fifth position. RB are in sixth, with Haas in seventh. Red Bull Racing in eighth position. 6 points further. Kick Sauber will not be scoring tonight in ninth, but as we mentioned, then Kicks McLaren Mercedes horror show in 10th position then. And I think that will do for tonight's broadcast. Indigo going fast as that, but I'm not particularly concerned about that because it's intermediate tyres on a dry track, which technically is against the rules in Formula 1, but oh well. Anyway then, so I'm going to only stick with someone who's on the dry tyres then. On board with Coop then. So yes, hello everyone, welcome to the broadcast then. I worked out a very interesting stat, by the way, last night whilst I was doing my nerdy thing. If Lucas Percy wins 13 of the remaining 14 races, he will overhaul Emerson's all-time win record in ALR. And get 34 Grand Prix wins of his career. So that's potential on the cards for Lucas Percy. The other record which could have been broken this season, but I don't think that they're going to be in the championship for much longer, is Boxtel, who is about 4 pole positions away from beating Emerson's all-time record of 22. I think it is 4, because Boxtel figures on 19 pole positions at the moment in his career in ALR Gold, whilst Emerson had 22 in his all-time career. Podiums 59 is the record at the moment there from Emerson. Again, Emerson's kind of got everything, hasn't he? Basically, in terms of records, 59 at the moment there for Emerson, and I don't think anyone is, even if Percy and German and Troy finished on the podium in the next 14 events, they were still not overall Emerson's podium record as well. Absolutely redonkulous stuff indeed that those records are. Lovely stuff indeed then. By the way, then, to be honest, I have decided that I've been doing a bit of manscaping in the last couple of days or so. I have gone and I've decided that I've had enough. I want a big old beard, which I've gone to, I don't know what it's even called then, but I must say it's made my face very, very itchy. So if you hear a lot of scratching here tonight, I'm just rubbing my non-existent beard at the moment as I'm trying to become a man. And here comes Astra John making their debut tonight in gold. They made their debut last week in Spain and did, I think, an absolute fine job, and also got 2 points in this exact car on Wednesday. Sadly, I can't do that, but I blame I blame Serious Mushroom, of course. It can't be me; it has to be Mushroom. To be fair, Mushroom, me and Mushroom had a bit of a horror show race. I can't even say it's Mushroom's fault. I think that generally it was my fault for not basically staying on the track and getting like 15 penalties. If I didn't get 15 penalties, I would have got some points then. Let's go. Evening to you from those. Evening to Rocket Lee. Hello to you, my good sir. Vintage the goat. Then six member for 6 months there in the Jensen tier. Thank you very much, Vintage. Absolutely superb stuff indeed. Then absolutely love that. Then as Toy Coins left the session, and we've got a lot of drivers there going in and out and shaking all about. Over the brow of the hill now comes Astra John. Then before he flicks it into the final turn. Then remember, reserves are not eligible to score points. Then so unfortunately for Indigo, unfortunately for Astra John, unfortunately for Mumford and Co, they will not be scoring any points tonight. But I want to talk about Mumford because what an incredible. I'm going to be honest. I'm really torn about who I want to win the Silver Championship. I mean, technically, it doesn't really make no bones about it to me personally. However, Mumford has been with ALR since Season 3. Since Season 3, and I can't remember actually what his debut was. I'm going to have a look at my old notes, I think, in a bit. Mumford, unfortunately, getting invalid there. But Mumford's been an absolute revelation in Silver this season. And last season, and you see that he's just got better and better, hasn't he? I think last season was the start of his redemption arc, and now this season, he has been superb stuff indeed. It is him and Ultimate Beast. It is the cream of the crop, the cream of the crop, the class of the field in Silver, and it has been an absolute a pleasure to watch, and seeing Mumford, who has been one of the long members of ALR, really starting to find some form now. So I must say though, and Ultimate Beast has been with us for quite a while as well now. But Mumford has had of course, he drove in gold for a long period of time. Then I think, actually, let me quickly get my old stats up. Mumford is this is 46 Grand Prix start for Mumford. He made his debut back in Season 3 in Silverstone. Mumford did, and of course, currently second in the championship in Silver. Or is he leading the championship now? Goodness gracious me. Purple in the second sector, but this is an absolutely different beast. Actually, he's not a beast, he's Mumford. It's an absolutely different Mumford that is driving the Scuderia Ferrari here today. This Mumford was not the Mumford that drove in gold last time that he was with us. Across the line going 4 fast, and then on a 5-4 then to set us on the way. And of course, Mumford is doing very well in the different disciplines of the 100% or the championship and so as well. More to the top of the screen now. Cam going across the line, and I think we also got Dylan out there as well. We're going to stick with Dylan for the minute. Let me quickly catch on with the comments, shall we? Hello there from Thunder saying hello there, Sean. Hashtag ALR there from Equels. Brilliant stuff indeed. We've also got Evening Sean and Good Luck Gold as well. Thunder, Sean the Goat, then Team Mehdi and also Farhad then. Thunder saying hello to you, Indigo. I'm back, baby. News coming soon. Sean the Goat, Thunder saying thank you very much. I appreciate that immensely. Keza out on circuit, but I'm just looking at Immortal at the moment across the line faster so far. Mumford is as I have been invited to a party, but unfortunately, I have got a job to do here. I should probably put my thing on not disturbed, to be honest, but then again, I don't think I'm very popular to be disturbed normally. Right, anyway, let me quickly go to the comments as well. Evening, Sean, evening, and it was my fault, Sean, in regards to the setup, but on, in regards to the, not setup, in regards to the issues that we had on, 100% last week. Then Cam goes into a superb fourth. Cam is one of 2 drivers that hasn't got any points so far. Brabant has gone second fastest at the moment. I don't think it's Mushroom's fault at all. I think it's a ginger guy who couldn't keep it on track, Mushroom, to be honest. I would have got points as well, to be honest, if I struggled to get past Swanshanks. I got past Swanshanks and I gapped him, and then I decided to fall off the road, and then Swanshanks got me back, and then I kind of overdrove the car. So basically that's what went a bit wrong for me. Farhad says Thunder as I'm also is currently 4-10% quicker than Keza at the moment, who Keza has struggled to form at the beginning of the season, but Keza is getting back to his absolute best, I feel, isn't it? Of course, a Grand Prix winner. Knowlesy wandering off the circuit there in turn 2, which is not really a turn there at the peak of the height of this circuit. circuit potentially? Possibly, but out of turn 3 as well then. As we said in the build-up to the programme tonight, this Austrian circuit is not really, doesn't look very difficult on paper, but if you want to be quick around here, you have to use all of the track and then some. You have to be confident in turn 9 and 10, the final 2 turns. You have to be, you have to get the braking absolute to perfection at the long run up the hill into turn 3. You have to make sure that the midsection as well, where the car doesn't skid out and you do Lewis Hamilton. Mag, the defending champion of silver, currently 5th fast. Legends has gone third. That's a great time there for the Red Bull driver. Knowlesy out of the final turn then. DRS right on the money. 3 DRS zones on this circuit. Then Knowlesy goes 7th fast. Remember, Knowlesy has had bad memories around here, mainly as I like to always bring it up. Of course, Knowlesy probably could have and should have won Season 1 and Season 2 around here way back in yesteryear. Of course, rain in those exact 2 years came at exactly the wrong time for Knowlesy and cost him 2 Grand Prix wins out. Potentially that would have added to Knowlesy's current tally. Knowlesy is a 3-time Grand Prix winner in ALR Gold. Then here is a gentleman who can be the most winningest driver in ALR Gold. If he wins, the next is Immortal's retired from the session, but he's happy with his performance. Percy could be the most winningest driver in ALR Gold in history if he wins 13 of the next 14 races there for Percy. Of course, which the current record is set at 33. Percy's on 31 at the moment. The current record is 33 wins in ALR Gold, whilst 21 is what Percy's on at the moment now. Here comes Delando then, of course, the bronze champion, runner-up in silver over the brow of the hill. Come on, chappers, and Taylor Swift. Of course, Taylor Swift is the defending world champion. Whoa, is Delando almost going off the circuit there, unfortunately invalidated that time and the next time as well. Chappers goes 7 fastest there. Tears Bush there, Williams' biggest cheerleader, of course, about it. Here is the world champion, and Sam Swift out of the final turn, then across the line as well. Of course, in double figures now for Grand Prix wins there. Sam Swift goes second fastest, but no one can still touch that time set by Immortal. Immortal's very happy at that time already because very much straight in from the get-go, and Immortal is doing a very good job indeed there. We're on board with Indigo then, almost off the circuit there as he's powering up the hill as well. On board the kick, Sauber and DRS as accelerates out of the traction zone of turn 3. Hello to you, Kiki. Pole's going to be an 0-3, says Serious Mushroom there. As locking up the inside front tyre there is Indigo then. What about Mumford Place? He's found half a second. This, remember, is just to get out of the bottom 5 of qualifying here. This is fast and frantic stuff already. Mumford underlining his potential. And I cannot wait to see Mumford in gold next season unless something horrifically happens to Mumford. It'd be great to see him back in gold, I would say. And it'd be also great to have Ultimate Beast in here as well. But top 2 in silver, we'll love to see in gold. We got MHD then, of course. I think that they're making their second appearance in gold this season in the kick Sauber. We have just seen Indigo go to 11 faster. I missed Indigo. I was looking for that second kick Sauber. 4-4-4-4 in the second split time now for Cam and Mag. 2 drivers that haven't scored so far this season. McLaren needs Cam to get in the points now for their joint constructors campaign and for the constructors in gold as well. Across the line comes Cam, then a horror show starts of the season, Ember goes 15th fastest. He's going to be very uncomfortable with that, unfortunately, because that is very much borderline, and you really want to be a bit higher up than that as the track is beginning to have a bit of quieter around there as Coop, as in Super out on the circuit. Menace Max is so at the moment it's Immortal fastest there with Sam Swift alongside in second position there with Menace third, Percy fourth, and Kessa fifth. Everyone apart from Sam Swift is happy with their performance there, and they have now called it a day in qualifying one because they've retired from the session. They cannot go back out on circuit then. So if the track ramps up quite quickly, then all 4 of those drivers could be in a potential trouble, but let's see how this one transpires. They think that the track is not going to get too much quicker than this in qualifying 1 trim anyway. We're just watching Coop then as he is building himself up to let it go then for Coop. in the Aston Martin machine. And of course, Aston Martin, Cooper is going to be playing a major part in this Constructors' Championship this season, as is Chappers as well. Cooper and Chappers were teammates a couple of years ago then, so goodness gracious me, then that's going to get very interesting indeed then. Now across the line comes Cooper and starts out 2.5 minutes ago in this qualifying session. We go up the hill then as into turn 1, then clip at the inside curve. Lovely stuff indeed. If you could hook that front wheel around that, it's absolutely spectacular indeed then. Now powering up the hill then, using all the hybrid power in that Mercedes Aston Martin machine into turn 3 then. Goodness me, it's a very tight hairpin there. Of course, Lando Norris and Max Verstappen came to blows there. We could potentially be seeing something similar tonight then. I hope it does nothing, but I do love a bit of drama. We did have a bit of drama up there in 100% as well, because of Percy's steering wheel had issues there, and he went straight on and cost him a win for himself in the 100% now, which was devastating. And of course, the safety car, which gave me a glimmer of hope of getting points, but unfortunately I bottled it. Coop, who's at Mumford's happy with his 8th position as well. Goodness gracious me, I got to say, Mumford is much more braver gentleman than I am. Indigo's going 5th fastest. Indigo's getting quicker and quicker in that kick Sauber. Just watching Coop and Soup. DRS said right on the money, and let's see what Coop does and stays 11th. Not improved, Coop has it. Oh my goodness me, that is not ideal at all. This is going to be gross, says Rocket Lee. Is it going to be as close as what? Oh, as that Mag there, unfortunately, invalidating her time. Knowlesy going into turn 1 then. Astra John starting their lap then. Troy, of course, the world champion there. And who was that off the circuit there? Completely destroying the bollards there. It was one of the RB cars, I think. Delando much better this time around then. Of course, the back end trying to step out. Delando goes 12th fastest there. The bronze champion, former bronze champion, I should say, in the McLaren Mercedes. His teammates out of qualifying, unfortunately. That is sad to see. Sad to see that. Knowlesy then going down into 4. Astra John out there. Vessia starting his lap. Troy about to finish his lap. Troy goes 3rd fastest there. Cool as a cucumber is the former champion. Vessia at the top of the hill. Astra is invalidating their time. Astra's out of qualifying, unfortunately. That is not ideal. And we've also got MHD out of qualifying. So I've lost 2 drivers here. Cam and MHD at the very least, and potentially Astra John if they cannot get around them before the end here. On board then with Knowles there to go into 9, into 10. What has Knowlesy done here then? The target time is a 1:04.648 there, but that is going to lower the benchmark. Knowlesy has done it by 0.2 of a second. That is through. Madge has been knocked out at this stage. Equans at the top of the hill. Madge going for a second bottom of the cherry. Indigo is having that. Astra John has made it, I think. Yes, by the skin of his nose, but he's got no deployment left. Vessier currently in the top 10 of the Silver Championship, comes across the line, and Vessier 17th fastest out qualified, unfortunately. MHD is down into 18th position there. Cam down into 19th. Astra John may be the next driver out of qualifying, because they have got literally no deployment left. But Madge is only as 8,000 of a second down on their current best set, and they need to find 8,000 of a second then over Equels to get themselves through. Knowlesy, I think, is still going to be concerned about this then into the final turn then for Madge. And the back end trying to step out for the Mercedes there, but this could be a very good final sector here. It is a great sector for Madge. Knowlesy that cannot respond then, and Knowlesy's out of qualifying because Equels has gone through as well. Knowlesy out of qualifying. Dilando making it through by just under a 10th of a second there, with Vassir 17th, 18th MHD, 19th is Cam, and 20th is Astra John. And that is our 5 drivers then that has been eliminated from qualifying 1 here. And Austria has not been nice to Knowlesy over the years, and unfortunately Austria is not willing to be nice to the Alpine driver here tonight. Then Knowlesy out of qualifying with Vessier, MHD, Cam and Astra John, unfortunately. Top 16 less than a second. There may be trouble ahead then for some drivers then, and there certainly is for those 5 drivers out of qualifying. I think it was the closest qualifying on the top 6 ever, wasn't it, in Formula 1 on Saturday in Italy, wasn't it, or something like that. I kind of misheard most of it, to be fair, because I was kind of chomping away as well. So yeah, I can't eat and listen at the same time. Which is not ideal, is it, to be honest, but I am a man. Well, I've got a blank screen, which is fantastic. So, unfortunately, I can't visually show you the classification. But we have lost 5 drivers as we roll on into qualifying 2. Austria's a write-off for me. The history always haunts me, Sean, and it doesn't help that this ginger guy also brings up the history about Knowsley and one of the most painful, probably one of the most painful league races in Knowsley's history. That rain just coming at an absolute awful time. I think it was about just I think it was like 10 laps before the end or something like that. It was absolutely heartbreaking indeed then, because Knowsley absolutely delivered the strategy very well indeed, on both those years as well. Incredible. Couldn't believe it. Right, as we go into qualifying 2. So qualifying 2 then, of course, I am expecting some kind of perspiration then from the skies throughout the course of this week. Then, of course, whether that's tonight, whether that's tomorrow, or whether that's Tuesday, I do bet that it'll probably come on Tuesday. Not because I'm anti-bronze, I love bronze, but it's because of a certain Farf who likes to host the hot lobbies, and he seems to always bring the weather from Ipswich to our tour of the globe in Formula One, doesn't he? Farf does. So yes, I am expecting some perspiration on Tuesday, but I do expect some rain in the course of the Grand Prix in the next hour here tonight or tomorrow night as well. Then don't worry, Sean. Knowsley will get you back on Wednesday. To be honest, I can't believe that Knowsley implied that I was actually slower than Percy. It really hurt me. Just watching the Kez as well. I don't know what qualifying session it was then, but there is. I think that Percy just came out of the pits. No, it was actually in the race. I think Percy just came out of the pits, and Knowsley automatically assumed that I was going to get overtaken by Percy. Outrageous, even though Percy was on soft tyres, was probably already 4 seconds quicker than me when Percy was in a kick Sauber, whilst I am in a McLaren Mercedes course is realistic performance on Wednesdays, and I think McLaren's like the second fastest car as we go up into turn 1. Albeit they are the fastest car at the moment, and the Formula 1, albeit, but however, great day for Ferrari, wasn't it there? Of course, Charles Leclerc winning that Italian Grand Prix, which I gotta say, I betted my bottom dollar on that. The question is, though, did McLaren throw it away, or could they not do a one-stopper then? Maybe I should have said spoiler alert, because some of you might not have watched it. I apologise profusely. But that is the question on my mind, is whether McLaren threw it away, or they just couldn't do a one-stopper. I was surprised that a lot of teams were doing a two-stopper, because over the years, what's happened, and Mag has had an issue at the exit of the pit lane now. It's a very tight pit out here, so you've got to be very much on your toes. Unfortunately for Mag, come a little bit of a cropper there. It's just on board now with Keza, who's about to finish their lap. Out of the final corner then, and Keza across the line to go fast there, and I think the mushroom's going to tell me that is used tyres. We need a graphic for that. We also need a graphic for live timing as well. I would love to see live timing like it is in Formula 1. However, that's just a pipe dream. Indigo doing a great job in second at the moment there, about 3/10 of a second away from Keza at the moment, who's looking much back to his best, and which is going to delight the Haas team absolute no end there. Delando goes third fastest in the McLaren Mercedes there, about half a second away from Kez at the moment, so good effort there from the McLaren team. Sam Swift into the world champion, currently the championship leaders are going for 2 championships in a row. That hasn't been done since Emerson. Goodness me, this feels like an Emerson love fest here tonight, but it's because I've been doing a lot of these stats, and Emerson's basically top of all the stats that I've done for gold and throughout time in the ALR. Sam Swift going fast as well there. Mag then, who I think that actually Mag didn't have an issue coming in the pit lane. I think that was actually an issue on his lap. Menace going at fastest so far. Percy, steering wheel for me in 100%. Hoping it doesn't happen again today, Lucas Percy. I hope it doesn't happen either for you, Percy, as we've got medium tyre room for Legend. He's gone fastest. But however, Percy, don't take this the wrong way. I kind of hope it does happen to you in Silverstone on Wednesday, then, mainly because hopefully it'll cause a safety car, which will mean hopefully I can take advantage. but I don't like Silverstone. I'm going to be rubbish around there, so heads up, Serious Mushroom. It's going to be a very loud. It's going to be a very loud and complaining Ginger Rage, I think, on Wednesday. But nothing unusual there, because I was also very. I must admit, actually, I was quiet for most of it when I concentrate, but unfortunately, I can't concentrate for more than 5 minutes because I've got a short attention span. Mixed tires, I think. Serious Mushroom is saying. Oh, interesting then. So we can't really gauge then what's going on here, which is really good stuff indeed, then, isn't it? Not good stuff for you guys at home, and probably not good for me either. However, it does make it more exciting. Here comes the benchmark. It is Immortal at the moment. Immortal was absolutely sublime in qualifying 1. We are in qualifying 2, of course. If you're regular viewers of Silver and Bronze, we only have one qualifying session, 18 minutes long, and 100% as well. I apologise about that. But in Gold, then we have full qualifying there of 18 minutes and 15 minutes and 12 minutes, quite reminiscent of real Formula 1, and Immortal's back end was not very stable there. It was like my back end trying to wander to the fridge there, but Immortal, unlike me, Immortal's got his back end much more in line than I have. Out of the final turn now for Immortal, across the line. This time it's not going to be representative of Immortal's speed so far. I do think Immortal is really in very good form at the moment. Of course, remember, Immortal is a former 100% champion as well. Then, watching Gold and IndyCar at the same time, entered easy feet then. Lucas saying there. Did they have an IndyCar race yesterday as well? I must admit, I'm trying to get into IndyCar, but unfortunately, I'm usually in bed at this time if ALR ends on, it's just usually on at peak time on a Saturday when I'm on the karaoke. Thunder, Farhad then, as Thunder's happy with Immortal's performance, but I think Immortal's got a half a second in that car at the very least, and I'm going to be honest, and that's at the very least. I think that Immortal could probably get into the 03s then, with the performance he's got under his left toe. Out on circuit then is Brabham flicking into turn 1. Oh no, that's the former champion Percy, who is facing the wrong way there, having issues out at the pit exit. I think that I wonder if Percy took too much curb there on turn 1 there. Got a bit greedy, and unfortunately because of that was facing the wrong way. Here's Brabham. Brabham, I think at the moment, is the most improved driver of the Gold grid so far. I don't want to, of course, we do have the awards at the end of the season, don't we? So maybe I've already made my mind up for the Gold award potentially. However, am I allowed to vote? I don't really know, to be honest, but I kind of vote every year. So whoops, I'm just watching Brabham as well, and going into the middle sector. Let me catch up with the comments then. Yeah, it's a double header this weekend, penultimate round of the season. Ah, that's good then, because it's on the oval, isn't it, this seat? May I say, actually, no, we'll talk about that in a minute, because this is meant to be a Formula 1 stream, isn't it? Whoa, no, Brabham is off the circuit, and unfortunately for Brabham, that lap is going to not count, and the same for the next one as well. So I'm going to watch Mumford then, who's been a revelation in ALR and Formula 1 over the past 2 seasons there, and it'd be great to see his redemption arc be completed by coming up into Gold for season 12, albeit we ain't even at half this season yet then, so maybe I should slow my horses there. Yeah, so it's on the ovals, isn't it? May I say, I really have shortchanged the NASCAR and IndyCar guys that does ovals, because I did an oval on what game was that? Automolistic or something like that. I think Automolistic or Automolistic. I can't even pronounce it. It's like Automolistic 2 or so, the PC game. And may I say, it is hard. I kept crashing, and I kept getting spooked by the cars next to me, and I crashed. Basically, it didn't go well, so there we go. I won't be doing oval race days out in the future. Here's Mumford, though, into the final turn, and out of it now. DRS right on the money for Mumford, across the finish line, full fastest for the Ferrari. Whisker behind his teammate, and just over a tenth of a second for Mumford. Once again, underlining his performance. Kessel's found a quarter of a second here. This is the final sector now. Someone's jumped up the order, but I didn't see who it was then whilst I was scratching my nose. I swear I wasn't picking it. Percy's gone fastest so far, but then Keza has quickly eclipsed Percy there, which is a very difficult thing to do, isn't it, with Percy, who is now second fastest at the moment. Goodness gracious me, these times are electric out of the moment. Here's the super speed Troy, who's doing a lot of harvesting now, coming out of turn 3. Right, where was I? Thank you very much, Thunder, then, as shorting commentary. I love when Thunder's in here, because yes, indeed, that is. He feeds my ego. And I am a big boy. I do like a bit of feeding. I used to love IndyCar. Not watched it in years. Champ Car was the last time I watched it. I used to love Champ Car. Albeit, I think was it Sebastian Bourdais? If anyone remembers Sebastian Bourdais back in the Toro Rosso days in 2008, I think it was. That was back when you had to be called Sebastian to be in the Red Bull team. If anyone remembers rightly. Then, of course, we had a lot of Sebastians there. We had Sebastian Buemi, Sebastian Bourdais, Sebastian Vettel, and then we also had Sebastian Ogier. I don't think he was in the Red Bull, or Sebastian Loeb. Literally, around that era of motorsport, everyone was called Sebastian, and they all seemed to be very quick. So there we go. Chavez into the pit said he's had enough of that. So matches a tenth of a second quicker, whilst his teammate and Mortal was about a tenth of a second quicker as well at the same stage. Yeah, it was. Basically, it was Sebastian Bourdais won all 4 seasons, didn't they, in Champ Car? I always remember that McDonald's. Of course, I remember McDonald's, don't I? Goodness me. It's always about food with me, Sean, isn't it? Calm yourself down. Mortal going over the brow of the hill now before flicking it into 9 and 10. But yeah, the Sebastian Bourdais, I don't even know what team they are or anything like that, but I did enjoy it. But then there's a look at that Immortal into the freeze, as rightfully predicted by me, but I cannot take too much credit for that because I saw Mushroom said it earlier on in the stream, and also, let's be honest, that's probably not going to be that is not the most surprising thing that's happened here tonight, because, whoa, Indigo taking too much curb there. That curb really unsettled the car there, didn't it, for Indigo? And that is the problem around this circuit. You have to very much measure how much curb to take that, and really, because the car can be very compliant, and all of a sudden they just swap you and aim into the barrier there. Luckily for Indigo, he was on his toes there. Equal said a Grand Prix winner in Canada. Unfortunately for Equal, so that Canadian as Legend has gone third. Legend's on fire tonight, and unfortunately we haven't seen him yet. On the medium tyre he was quite quick, and now on the soft he's even quicker, third faster. Equal said, of course, that the Canadian Grand Prix winner. Unfortunately for Equals, Farf was commentating that stream, so he's going to be forever marred by that horrific noise. I joke, I think the Farf did a great job. Equal's going 4 fast, 7 fastest there. At least Farf knew what was going on track there, because I certainly don't. Mobilista. Yeah, that's it. I still can't pronounce it anyway. Yes, let's just say I'm not doing overall. I'm not doing any oval racing anymore. I'm honest, I'd love to see ALR to go into different forms of motorsport. We did try Gran Turismo a few seasons ago, but not many was really interested in Gran Turismo. I think that was Gran Turismo Sport, though. They got a new one since then, haven't they? Gran Turismo 7. However, I'm quite a tight so-and-so, and I'm going to keep my... I'm going to wait until that's free on the Xbox. Ooh, Xbox, goodness me, don't boo me out of the commentary box. Out of the PlayStation store there. Because I'm still waiting for the Spider-Man Miles Morales to go onto the free on PlayStation store as well. But it hasn't come to fruition yet, which is absolutely shocking stuff indeed, which I'm disgraced by, but hopefully that will come in the not distant future. But I have actually downloaded the new Star Wars, the Skywalker saga. Automo Easter might help you pronounce it if you say it all in one. Thank you very much, Ted Tiger. Bourdais is a throwback and a half. There's a free. Serious Russia saying there is a free indeed, and I don't think Serious Russia means the mobile network as well. If anyone remembers, if that was a throwback as well. Yeah, Sebastian Bourdais. I must admit, I was so excited to see Bourdais in Formula 1, I was convinced that Bourdais was going to be literally having one season with the Toro Rosso team, and then would just jump right into the Red Bull. I thought he was going to replace David Coulthard for 2009. I was absolutely convinced. It shows how much I know, because I also remember rightly. That when Lando Norris first was signed by McLaren, I thought that was not an appalling decision, but I was quite surprised by it, because Lando Norris, I didn't think was anything special, but Lando Norris doing a good job now. It's of course 2-time Grand Prix winner in the McLaren Mercedes, and it's doing a good job there. Of course, McLaren within striking distance now of the Red Bull team there, and potentially for the first time since Spain 2022, we could have a new constructors championship leader. Fantastic for Formula 1, and I must say I'm enjoying Formula 1 at the moment. Really good stuff indeed there. Out of the final turn, Coupe goes in 9th fast. Remember, we are looking for the top 10 drivers here. The 5 slowest drivers that will... Ooh, so there's a bit of a kiss there between the Aston Martin and the Indigo, as Oh my gosh, sir. It was Percy. We seen it on stream there. It was the minutest of contact, but that's a 5-place grid penalty, I think, for Percy. That's a horror show for Percy, and goodness gracious me. Percy, oh dear, he's going to be livid with the stewards on that one. And potentially there's going to be some inquests and that as well, as Indigo goes 7th fastest. It was the most innocuous of knocks there, wasn't it, from Indigo? Goodness gracious me. And of course Percy was well out of the way as well. I think that I don't think there is any maliciousness between the two drivers. That is just very silly stewarding, I think, from the stewards there. I don't think it's the ALR stewards that dish out those penalties. It's the game that dishes out those penalties. But Percy is going to be absolutely livid in the car there. Troy's gone full fast, by the way. Sam Swift is currently leading this line at the moment. Now with just a couple of seconds to go. Then Troy is 4th. Legends in 5th fast. I love it. Legends is doing a great job on that Red Bull. Legends is the only eligible driver to score for Red Bull tonight. Brabbit only 9th fastest for Brabbit. I don't. That is not comfortable by any stretch of the imagination. Coop, as in soup, a quarter of a second up in the second split time there then, before flicking it past there and going into the brow of the hill now then for Chappers, then going into the final turn then. Lean with us. Lean with Chappers then, into 9, into 10 then. I'm going to be honest there, I'm surprised they didn't question the barrier there. Across the line there comes Chappers, I'm dribbling. It's a great time. Chappers is 8th fastest, fantastic. What about Mumford? Oh, he's only 14th. I'm surprised from Mumford. I thought the Mumford was going to go through there. Percy is faster, but he would be starting 6th on the grid if this is qualifying 3 there. So that is going to be interesting. I'd like to see the reaction there from Percy. Menace Max is out qualifying. Goodness gracious me. The man who's 3rd in the championship. That's both Ferraris out of qualifying. And that's a horror show for the Scuderia. Menace Max is out qualifying. Delando, Equels, Mumford and Coop. But the biggest name is Menace Max out of qualifying. That is not ideal at all. Absolutely not ideal at all then for Menace. Let me quickly get to the comments, shall we? Where was I? The 3 still have shops in, but I live in the north, and we always are 20 years behind then. We've got I'm redundant now. Ted Tango has returned. Lol, serious question. Don't worry, serious question. You could be Louise Goodman if you like, from the ITV days, or Lee McKenzie. Actually, I did like Lee McKenzie more than Louise Goodman. Maybe because I'm more of a brunette rather than a blonde. Oh goodness me. What is ALR foeing with me? I told the delivery guy who's delivering me the pizza to wait a second because I'm watching at Farhad's lap. That is exactly what you need to be doing, Thunder, because is food more important? Is ALR more important than food? Oh, that's a quite tough decision. If a KFC was knocking at my door right now, I'd probably just go and leave, to be fair. I do love a big bucket of chicken. Coop in 15th. 14th is Mumford. 13th is Equals. Menace in 12th. And Delando in 11th position there. Wow, unbeknownst to me, I didn't realise that Menace was in trouble. And he's down in 12th position, Menace. That's a horror show there, isn't it? Absolute horror show. Percy is absolutely fuming with that decision from the game stewards. I must say that quite clearly. It is the game stewards. It's not Farf. It's not Nosey. It's not Sirius Mushroom. It's not Smithy Almighty. It's the game stewards that have dished out that penalty. So and I have absolutely no rhyme or reason there of why that's happened there. But Lucas Percy is absolutely fuming. He's going to be started 5 places back from where he qualified. Mushroom, you're not. I don't play this rubbish anymore, so I have no authority. As Percy is not happy, gets driven into and gets a penalty. Two Williams top 10. Let's go. A while away as well. Percy is saying, you know more though, Tango. If I had the goat, then it was caught on stream. Percy, maybe the stewards will take 5 seconds off of your finishing time. Kiki is saying that's a good idea, isn't it? But luckily I'm not a steward. I keep saying I'm not a steward because I must say that a lot of the steward decisions that I think is the correct one, I think that I might do is complete opposite. So but that's just me. And to be fair, I don't have a rhyme or reason about anything that goes on. To be honest, my mantra is let her race, even if you've thrown someone into the wall. That's why I'm not a steward. And also, sometimes when I drive it, I shouldn't be a steward either. I think it's on this straight here. Who was it? Someone tried to overtake me on this straight here on Wednesday, and I got really spooked because I was trying to harvest my energy. And I think it might have been Jenna actually, because Jenna went to the back of me, and I was like, "Oh bloody hell! Oh, sorry, excuse me, goodness me, got a bit of profanity there." I was like, "Oh gosh, Sarah." As Jenna went to the back of me when I was really trying to harvest at the time, and oh no! And now we've got some more issues. Margu's now stuck coming out of the pit lane now. I don't even know how he's got stuck there, but disqualification. And at 10th on the grid now for Margu. Of course, Margu's one of 2 drivers that haven't scored yet this session. Now the top 10 shootout is a top 9 shootout here. Goodness gracious me. That's not ideal either. Was it on the racing line? Big Al was saying. Vessier, no, it wasn't. It was well out of the way. We are going to Nolsey, the head steward there, has thrown the hammer down there and has judge, jury, and executioner. Sam Swift almost off the circuit now. That's incredible how much he takes there. It's because he wants to. Your basic job as a racing driver is to reduce the distance from the start line to the finish line. Very oversimplified, isn't it, as a racing driver? But that is exactly what you got to do. Really, is reduce the distance. And Sam Swift was going off the circuit to reduce the turning angle there to get a nice angle into turn 3. Anyway, I've gone off the subject. Then we're going to restart after qualifying because of that. Five place grid penalty from Percy, which I think is an absolutely spectacular decision indeed. There, fantastic stuff there. By the way, why am I brown nosing the stewards? I may hear you ask that. Probably because I fancy like some chocolate and I'm out of Whisper Bites. Sam Swift Ninja going full fast. I know they do a great job. Sam Swift Ninja going fastest there on a 047. Then I think that Mushroom is that on used tyres. Then hopefully Mushroom will answer me unless he's popped to the lavatory. Multools out on circuit as well. Indigo is having issues at the final turn, and that's quite a high speed spin, which means that those tyres are going to be redundant. Unfortunately, Legends across the line as well. Not many drivers have started to set times just yet, though. As we're just watching Troy, who's in the middle part of the circuit. I'm looking for Keza. There is Keza. Over the brow of the hill now, then, is Keza. We are disconnected on Mag, said Delando, unfortunately. So that is such a shame. Or is it Marge, says Serious Smash. And the final turn for Keza. Across the line. And pole position for Keza. I don't think Keza's ever had a pole position before. But he is on it like a car bonnet tonight. What about Troy, the Super Swede? Across the line. Only third fastest for Troy on a 4.8. But I wish I could do a 4.8. Unfortunately, my lap record around here is a 20.6. Percy started his lap now. What about the second Mercedes? What about Immortal? He has been firing all cylinders in his pole position and the only driver in the 0.3s at the moment. And it's a 3.7 and it's a massive 5/10 to a second, half a second clear of Keza in second position. Goodness gracious me. It's a different class from Immortal at the moment. It is supreme. Legends in third position now. He is also on a fine bit of form, which is really good stuff indeed. Then Brabbit across the line then. Former silver champion. Full fastest on the second row of the grid there. And that is basically Brabbit's standard position this season. He's been fantastic night and day since last season. Brabbit he has found something special in that road 2 foot there. In that old 2 foot then, 2 foot in that old left foot then. Percy then 44, 4.46 then for Percy. Of course, that as Madge has left the session there. Percy then, of course, will not have that five place grid penalty applied to him. However, I would have done it myself, but that's because I'm an evil Knievel. Out of the final turn, then they call me Dr. Evil. Percy across the line then. Percy second faster, but still in the force. The only one driver into the freeze at the moment, and that is Immortal. Carrying on pole position at the moment. Then Percy is alongside him on row 1. Chappers then back in is trying to swing out then. Out of the final turn for Chappers across the line and goes fifth fastest there. Sam Swift all the way down into fifth position. I surmise, Mushroom, that is used tyres though. What do you think, Lee McKenzie? Sean, one question. Do you guys ship merch out to Iran then? I must admit, I think we do, because we have, in the past, we have shipped Immortal a trophy for winning the 100%. So yes, I think it's doable indeed there. I'll have to check with our merch manager, Knowlesy, or Farf, or Smithy Almighty. I've got to say, I must admit that I think we should be able to. I don't see a problem with that. Then, but however, having said that, I must admit, let's just say postage and all that is kind of a very interesting art which I do not want to go into. Use John, thank you very much, Mushroom. Pole position, Thunder is saying then, not far hard there. That's new. Mushroom is saying that. 0.5 around the 64 lap. Ted Tango is saying Ted Tango is absolutely astonished at that performance there from Immortal. Immortal's on very fine Vettel indeed then, because I think he had pole position in the last week's race as well. Immortal has really started to hook up the car, going for his 8th pole position of his career tonight is Immortal. Champers just crawling back into the pits as well. What has Keza got under his what has Keza got left then in the piggy bank? Immortal to go to F1 and FIFA. I don't think I've ever played a ball at FIFA. I used to be a baller at FIFA. FIFA, didn't I, lad? So goodness me. If anyone's ever watched us play clubs once upon a time, it was quite bad. Let's just say that I'm one of those tall strikers, because I like to make myself ride pro very realistic, as I am a massive 5'4" in real life, and also yes. Well, let's just say that my ginger afro does seem to miss a lot of open goals, but I believe that it's something on my controller, and it can't be to do with the player. Kaz is starting his lap now and going up into turn 1. I said you, serious question. I apologise for reaching. I didn't see that. Yeah, I saw Farhad's trophy Thunder saying it's a beaut, isn't it? Of course, Farhad, that 100% world champion, the first ever 100% champion as well. Gordo's the second world champion at the moment there, and doing a very good job, even though he only finished 10th on Wednesday, didn't he, Gordo did? And I was quite happy to see Gordo for the final part of the race, because I've never seen Gordo in the last half of 100% before, so it was quite a new experience for me. Keza going down into turn 4. Not over yet. Percy will get pole position. Nope, Mushroom. Farhad will get it. Thunder saying, oh, goodness gracious me, then. I'm going to be honest, and can Keza get involved in this as well? On board with Keza now. Quarter of a second up in the second split time. That is there or thereabouts for the 03s, but he's still got to find 3/10 of a second over Immortal with just one sector to go. Over the brow of the hill, then flicking it into 9. Flicking it into 10 as well. We're on board with Keza. Love the helmet. Across the grid hatches as well. The finish line is just coming up now, and it is second fast, and he's a 4 flat, and still 3/10 of a second away is Immortal at the moment. That's incredible stuff. Indigo starting us up. Troy is at the top of the hill now, is Troy. Last season's pole position time, I hear you ask, hang on, I've got to get my calendar up, is Immortal actually got pole position last season as well. It's at 0.35, where Immortal's only 2/10 of a second away from last season's pole position time, which is fantastic stuff indeed for Immortal. He's going for a second pole position in a row here tonight in Austria, and also for the second pole position in a row this season as well. Immortal is in fine Vettel at the moment. Here is Troy then. What can Troy do? Can he get into the freeze? Yes! Yes, it's on the front row of the grid now. Brilliant. Indigo at the top of the hill. Then Brabbit is tackling the second sector now. Here is Brabbit. 2 minutes to go in this qualifying session there. As we're on board now then with Brabbit, the silver champion from a couple of seasons ago then. And you can see that as the track points up. Now it's pointed down then. You've got to control the car. He's done a great job then. Into 10 as well. Oh my word. How is he kept within track limits? I thought he was going out and yonder. And then going up into 5th fastest, Brabbit, and these 04s, 2 at the moment for Brabbit, and that puts him on row 3 here tonight. Indigo is just finishing off their lap, but Indigo's done a lot of harvesting on this lap. I wonder if anyone's going to go for a third run here tonight then. Goodness gracious me. Team around then as Mehdi and also Farhad doing a great job then. Get in, Troy. He can, but it's too late. Wow, Immortal says Kian then. Indigo has gone wide. That's that lap already in the bin, unfortunately. Immortal starting his lap again then. So we're on board with Immortal. Currently pole sitter at the moment then. 8th pole position of his career coming up, is it? Or is someone got a sting in the tail then? In just 2 minutes ago in this qualifying session, he was on pole position here last season. Can he make it a double then? Up the brow of the hill now. It's 8,000 a second up in the first sector then. And the breaking down then, it's incredible, isn't it? As Ted Tango said that in a 64-second lap then, to be over 5/10 a second up, it's absolutely incredible. To be about a 10th of a second up on Troy in a 63-second lap is beyond belief. for me. That's absolutely incredible stuff indeed. That front end of Brabants just didn't want to bite them. Then Ted Tango is saying, and Thunder Farhad, and they were back on board with Immortal now. Then who is Farhad then? But of course, we call him by their gamer tag because we are professional here at ALR. Well, I certainly am. Out the final turn then, Immortal. Can he lower the benchmark? It's going to. Is it? Yes, he's found a tenth of a second more. Goodness gracious me. Can anyone stop this man? He's fantastic. Right, Indigo's going for another bottle of cherry. Here comes Sam Swift Ninja. Only down in 8th position at the moment. Reminiscent of Red Bull yesterday with the Red Bull 7th and 8th on the grid then. And that's exactly what's happening to the Williams team at the moment. Williams team with Sam Swift Ninja, the world champion, only on row 4 at the moment. Chappers has come out of the pit lane now. 34 seconds to go then. Whoever's just come out of the pit said, I think that they're not going to be able to make it. Is that Chappers? No, Chappers starts up now. I apologise. Brabant is had enough. And as Ted Tango said, the front end of Brabant's car is certainly not on the nose there, unfortunately. Brabant's only 5th. I say only 5th. I would love to be 5th. 5/10 a second up is Sam Swift there. And at the moment, that's a low 04. That is not enough to trouble the front row at this moment in time there. But let's see what he can do then for Sam Swift there. Into the final turn now for Sam Swift. Goodness gracious me. He couldn't turn 10 any quicker. And Sam Swift goes second fastest there with a fantastic time. And it's found almost a second Sam Swift. He's on the front row of the grid, the world champion is. Indigo has unfortunately not set a representative time, but with 9th on the grid then, which I think he'd be quite happy with that. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Let's go, baby. 2 pole positions in a row. He lost time in the last sector as well. Ted Tango is saying that. I think that Sam Swift's last time was fantastic. Chappers go 7 fastest there as the checker flag has fallen. Kezza's 007 down in the first sector time, but he does have a license to frill. Here comes Legend, who's been superb tonight then in Austria in qualifying. And can he get a good result then? Back end is almost stepping out there. He's going to lose an abundance amount of time there for Legends. Improves by the minutest of margin. Graphics and Kezza has lost a 10th of a second. He's got anything left, but he's going to have an almighty final sector. He's using all the track too much there for Kezza. And it's a mortal pole position number 8. Pole position number 8 of his career. That is his 3rd pole position of the season as well for Kezza. Fantastic stuff indeed. And his 2nd in a row. His 2nd in a row here in Austria as well. His 8th pole position of his career in ALR. That was a superb time indeed. Can Immortal kick on and get his 2nd Grand Prix win of his career by over a 10th and a half. Over a 10th and a half. That's incredible stuff indeed. Then don't forget to restart, Sean. Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. Then so we're going to have a restart then in this session, and so we're going to go for a quick break then, which would be very good stuff indeed. With Sam Swift 2nd, and Troy and Kezza. That's a very strong 2nd row for the Haas team with Percy and Brabant 5th and 6th, and Chappers and Legends, Indigo and Mags. And it's a complete the top 10 here tonight then. Race isn't one in qualifying, especially around here, says Ted Tango. Nice job, Sam, says Thunder as well. Yes, so very good time indeed then, as we are just going to restart the session. Reason being we're restarted is because there's an incident qualifying where Lucas Percy had a very unfair 5-place grid penalty, which was very harsh indeed. But by the way, it's a good opportunity for me to quickly go for a break and wet me whistle. Won't be a minute. Welcome back, everyone. So we've got a bit of a delay before the race start, and unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to swig my drink. So 1 sec. That's better. We've got a bit of summer fruit tonight. Absolutely lovely stuff indeed then. Right then, anyway, let's go with it. And also, sadly, I've run out of Monster as well, so I'm going to have to pop to the shop, I think, it'll be tomorrow to get some of that sweet Monster. Lucas Percy was 4 tenths out going into the final sector. Would have had it by miles, but if I didn't spin. So Lucas Percy there. Very disappointed with that final set there. Otherwise, Percy could have been on pole position as well, and it's made his life a lot more difficult, hasn't he? In terms of the history here in Austria, then, whilst I love a bit of history, so last season's Grand Prix winner, unfortunately, Boxstar not here tonight. Boxstar won it in season 10. Then season 9 was Lucas Percy. Boxstar then won it in season 8. Then season 7 was Danger Times. The season before that was Emerson in season 6. Season 5 was Emerson as well. Season 4 was Cesar. I think that was his one and only Grand Prix. Granty Boy in season 3. Granty Boy in season 2. And it was MWB in season 1 then. So this is our 11th Austrian Grand Prix. Austria has never not been on the Formula 1 calendar here in ALR, which is exactly what you want to hear, isn't there? It's absolutely fantastic. I thought I was on mute there, and I was like, "Oh gosh, that's just a shocking turn of events." As we are now gearing up for the start of the Austrian Grand Prix. Yes, you can't take anything for granted. Weather, penalties, action, drama, safety cars, anything could happen in this Grand Prix. It usually does. Of course, this circuit did have a sabbatical, didn't it? Back between 2003 for 11 years, up until 2011, before it returned from the A1 ring, which I don't think was named after that A1 band then, which I must say I quite like, to be fair. Yes, a lot of their music is on my old MP3 player. But of course, now it's renamed Red Bull Ring as well. And the facilities, it's absolutely fantastic. If you've watched the Ted's Notebook, then a couple I go in now, feeling good today, Lucas Percy said. And of course, Lucas Percy struggled last week, didn't he? But Lucas Percy did then, but won probably the more difficult race in Lucas Percy's illustrious career in ALR, and somehow finished third fast. Someone finished third. It was incredible. Setups, indeed, setups. Get your setups. At least you're on with penalty now, Percy. I think I should stick to waking up 15 minutes before the races. I always seem to be quicker whenever I do that. Setups again, Mushroom is saying that, and of course. Yes, indeed. As the grid is just getting ready to be formed and ready to get going here tonight. Then, so looking forward to this one here. Remember, Menace Max down in 12th position at the moment, so Menace Max has got a lot to do. He's got a lot to do here tonight then to get anything for Ferrari. I'm sure Menace Max. I confidently predicted last season that Keza and Toy Coin was going to be more likely to win a Grand Prix for their first Grand Prix of their careers. I do think Menace Max has also got a chance as well. However, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do it today down in 12th position, but this is a mad racer. And also, many congratulations to Forlanelli, I think his name is, who won the Formula 3 championship earlier on today. Congratulations there. I think that's the first Formula 3 champion to never win a race there. He's got a couple of seconds, but he had a lot of third positions there in Formula 3 then. So never won a race there, but won the Formula 3 championship. So good stuff indeed there. And I think I think that, of course, also other big news is that if anyone didn't know, Kevin Magnussen has now been given a race ban, hasn't he, there for, of course, 12 points, 12 penalty points. I think he's the first driver in history to actually get a race ban for that penalty point system there. So, and I think Oliver Behrman is now going to be driving in Baku, similar but different, I suppose, to Saudi Arabia. Then, as you can see, lovely, beautiful sunshine here in Austria again, which means that if there's no rain here in the Styria Mountains, it is going to be you've got to use two types of compounded tires here: the mediums, the hards, or the softs. Unfortunately, we don't have super hard anymore, which is such a shame because obviously I'll just start giggling. And also there's ultra soft, super softs, or hyper softs, or anything, which I used to love those tires. I thought that was quite cool, but obviously it's a lot more simpler now. It's a lot more simpler now for us and you guys at home as well, which is all good, isn't it? It's simpler, better, isn't it? We are just waiting for the drivers then to sort their setups out, to sort their strategy out as well. Is it going to be a one or two stopper around here? There's going to be a lot of fundamentals, and which drivers going to have to get right in this one if they want to win this Grand Grand Prix, and also as well, they've got to think about going on the fly. Some drivers may have their own engineers, but a lot of drivers will have to be thinking on the fly here because, unlike the real world Formula 1 where you have like Will Joseph and Lando Norris here and things like that, drivers, I think Lucas Person still has Brooks in his here, but I'm not sure Brooks is around tonight, to really help them go through to really help them in the Grand Prix then, as you can see then. Toy Coin has joined, but unfortunately for Toy Coin, his seat has been given to Vessier, unfortunately, there for Toy Coin. Magnussen, no surprise there for Kevin Magnussen. I think that Magnussen drove a really good race, so I'm not really sure if he warranted the race ban. But then again, with 12, when you get 12 points, 12 points added for penalty points, you really haven't got much leg to stand on, have you? Let's go for the grid, shall we? 8th pole position of his career for Immortal. 2nd pole position in 2 years around, 2 seasons around here for Immortal. And 2nd pole position in a row for Immortal, and 3 pole positions this season. Immortal is very good on these one lap road there. Serious Mushroom, good luck all. Then we've got Sam Swift Ninja on the front row there. A really great time there. The very end of qualifying there for Sam Swift there. Hoping to extend it in the championship. We got the 2 Haas's of Troy and Keza, 3rd and 4th then. Good 17th there for the 2 Haas's. Then we have got Lucas Percy in 5th position with Brabbit in 6th. 7th position is Chappers with 8th is Legends. Indigo in 9th position and Max in 10th position there. Max unfortunately getting disqualified for parking at the end of the pit lane now. Delando in 11th position with Menace down in 12th position, but it's a ghost of him. That's not good. 13th is Equals there. With 14th is Mumford there. Mumford, a different beast since he last raced around here in gold then. Coop as in Soup in 15th. Knowlesy in 16th with Vessier in 17th from Silver. 18th is MHD, the reserve driver. Cam in 19th and Astra John in 20th position. Hard tyres for Vessier, for Knowlesy, for Menace Max. No, it's just Menace. For Indigo, for Brabbit, Percy, Troye, Sam Swift and Immortal as we now line up on the grid now, preparing ourselves for the start of the Austrian Grand Prix. Lovely shot here. Look at it. It's absolutely picturesque around here. Where else would you want to be? Here tonight on your Sunday. Apart from watching IndyCar, of course. But this is the second best thing you can be doing, isn't it? And now then, we disabled, the RS has been disabled, do not worry about that. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, I think there's a pause! We're a very long shot here, but you can see the front 2 cars. I think that's Immortal pointed very to Samson's way, but we're go here in Austria. And up into turn 1 now is formation flying then. But it's a terrible start for Keza, down a position already. And there's yellow flags in the back there because MHD is already off there. And it's a safety car already. What's happened there to MHD? He's out of the race before he's even got past turn 1 there. What is going on? And that is not ideal. And that's a safety car, which means there'll be no overtaking there. And no one started on soft tyres there, so I don't think anyone's going to come to the pits early on. But MHD, in their second start in gold this season, has not got very far at all, and is out of the race there. And Cam is, for some reason, reversing on the track there, so something's got majorly wrong there. Astra John. And Cam has got problems there. I'm not sure if there's something wrong with the steering wheel or something, but Cam is really going very slow indeed there. Astra John at 4 positions there. And I think everyone else was very much aligned on Stern, really, wasn't it? Knowles dropped down 2 positions there. Apart from that, they've all static there. My goodness gracious me. Oh dear, that's not ideal, is it? Serious Russian Team Hearts. Let's go meet Medjay then, and also Ted Tango. The hills are alive with the sound of V6 hybrids. A left back there, said Kian then. Jinxed him, Kian then, unfortunately. Although we've had an early interval to the show, as Thunder there, very disappointed then on the behalf of MHD, unfortunately out of the race already. What's happened there? I do not know, to be honest, and hopefully someone can fill me in. Not literally, I don't want to get beaten up, but fill me in with what's occurred there. So into the pits there comes the McLaren Mercedes then. Was it an issue there between Cam and MHD then? Of course, MHD then was close to Cam on the grid then, as into the pits comes the McLaren driver now that stops on the mark. So no front nose cone change, no nose cone change there, but onto the hard tyres then for the McLaren driver. Out of the pits they come now. Mumford is getting very keen now. You're not allowed to overtake under the safety car. As I love these long shots there. Look at that. That's absolutely beautiful stuff indeed then, as we go down down into turn 4 as Bert Mylander's out. Hopefully he doesn't crash like he crashed the safety car on Friday, which wasn't very ideal, was it? Luckily Bert Mylander was okay. It's very unusual for Bert Mylander to crash any kind of car, but luckily Burnt is alright, and of course Burnt a very experienced safety car driver. I think the last safety car I seen crash, but I think it was on race day, I'm sure it was in an IndyCar race, wasn't it? Where I think it was one of the celebrities that put too much throttle on and absolutely totaled one of the, it might have been a show car, to be honest, actually, I don't know, to be fair, I just said it on YouTube. So safety car at the moment then, as Mirand then is saying, easy Immortal win. Unfortunately, Mirand out of this race before he even got going. Didn't even get past turn 1, which is such a shame then. So we're down to 19 runners and riders in this one. We got an early safety car, which is really... kind of, as Tango said, then kind of like delayed the what is going to be an absolutely fantastic race. This one is. We got 36 laps around here. There's a lot of lappage around here because this is, I think, the second shortest circuit on the Formula 1 calendar. I think it's the shortest circuit in terms of time around here. These laps will rattle down quite quickly, whatever you do then. So we got everyone on the mediums and everyone on the hard tyres. I think that that's going to be a one-stopper around here potentially. To be honest, the best place for that asset is in the wall. Can't stand looks of the Vantage nowadays, Ted Tango is saying that. Goodness gracious me. So Ted Tango is not a fan of the safety car then. What about do you like the Mercedes safety car? I'm not very good with the car makes, to be honest, of safety car, of normal cars and things like that. Safety cars in this lap then, as hopefully we'll be getting some racing, because we only got one race into turn 1, and then that was it before we get going. Kian Immortal is eating his dinner and racing in the same time and gets pole then. My goodness me, that he full of talent, sir. Absolutely great stuff indeed. To be honest, I struggle to just eat without doing anything else. So incredible stuff indeed then. Right, now then, so Immortal is now going to be the pace car here. Bernd Mylander has zoomed off into the distance. Troy qualifies from his toilet. Oh my god. And now we get going then. As goodness me. I think I commentated from my toilet one time when I was not very well. Out of the final turn and Immortal's back end, trying to step up there. We're green here in Austria then, and it's a lot of green around here as well. It's a beautiful day here in Austria. Sun is bouncing down onto the tarmac. Lap 4 this Grand Prix. 19 cars are still running in this one. Only one pit stopper so far in that first safety car period, which was Cam. Cam there is Cam and Mark is the only two drivers yet to pick up points out. Can they do it now here at round 11? Sam Swift having a slip, but he is on the harder tyres there, as is Troy. Percy up to 4th position there. Kez is dropping down to 5th from the opening stage of this Grand Prix. Chappers up to 6th position once again. Chappers has shown some incredible pace this season, but has not been able to fulfill the rewards that he has certainly earned himself in that Williams car. Out of turn 4 then, and at the moment they're all Lionel Stern, and there's been no overtaking on this first lap of Grand Prix racing around here. And Immortal can break out of that DRS zone. I'm going to be honest there. I think it's very difficult to do, to be honest, around here. And this is also very much ERS. You lose a lot of ERS around here. Very difficult to get back. And if you do try and get it back, then you're going to be very slower than a boat in a straight line. As out of the final turn once again then. And on lap 5 here tonight then. So as Sam Swift and Ninja set the fast up of the race then. And it's now starting to really put the pressure on then. Sam Swift and Ninja currently leads the championship at this moment in time by 13 points. And Percy is feeling quite happy though, isn't he? There he is in 4th position then. But does he? He does not want Sam Swift then to take the lead at this early stage then. But he's going for it already then at the top of the hill into turn 3. Alongside Immortal up the inside track position there. Immortal's trying to go up and under. No dice there. Troy also in the facility as well. Great to see Troy also in the action as well here. But Sam Swift has taken the lead. But DRS is now on the Mercedes car rather than the Williams. But Sam Swift there defends it nicely. As Immortal going a bit wide there, we've got Knowlesy losing out then because Cam is through with one lap fresher, harder tyres than the rest of the field around him at the moment there. As now flicking it into flipping into the midsection here then. Sam Swift leads by 0.6 of a second then as he's trying to break away and break out of that DRS zone. There's 3 DRS zones around here then. The next DRS zone is out to the next corner, or the next corner after that I should say. And then of course we've got a long straight up into turn 3 and then another long straight down into turn 4 then on lap 5 here tonight then. But look at that, the gap is half a second and flying past now. Keza set the fast lap of the race and then it was quickly eclipsed by Brad Munden. I do not see any fast laps being set by the medium tyres as Menace Max is down into 13th. It's not ideal for Menace Max. Troy is looking more racier at the moment than the Immortal is up into turn 3. No, he isn't. There's me telling absolute porkies at the inside. Immortal's gone up and he's gone wide and Sam Swift is back in front there and now Troy takes the lead. Immortal's down in the 3rd position now as we got a lot of swapping position. Troy's gone on the outside. He's almost on the grass there. Troy is he hasn't won a Grand Prix since Qatar last season and Immortal's lost 4 positions there. Well, 3 positions in the space of 1 corner. Percy's through, Troy's through, and Sam Swift and Ninja all getting through that as Immortal had a sniff at the inside, but unfortunately lost out there and lost momentum, and he's down into 4th position now. That is the hard shot cars are now 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in this Grand Prix. The medium tyres have not been ideal for Immortal. Keza is all over the back now for Immortal. Immortal has got to try and stabilise that machine if he can then, as we come out of turn 10 as well. Now Sam Swift leads by 0.4 of a second there from Troy, from Percy. Everyone is in DRS range of each other at the moment. It is very much Lionel Stern here. Won that second Mercedes of Manch. Having a look there. Menace is through and passes and moves up into 12th position there. As now Delander trying to get back past there on the medium tyres. Medium tyres not looking too healthy at the moment, are they? Yes, Cam is now through, passes the McLaren team as well. Astra John has lost out majorly. Has lost out to 5 seconds. Vessier is now back past Cam. Oh my word there. Now here comes Troy. Troy's down the inside up into the lead of this Austrian Grand Prix, and Vessier's got past Astra John. Then he's become a bit of a doorstop there in the battle for 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. Troy takes the Austrian Grand Prix. Last race that Troy won was the Qatar race at the back end of last season, I believe. And of course, when he was driving for Ferrari with Lucas Percy, of course, they're now in a different teams at the moment there. As Immortal the Goat says Thunder, and of course, Thunder's also very disappointed that Immortal is now down in 4th position, but it's not all over yet. Then Sam Swift Ninja is now very much putting the pressure on Troy at the moment there. And look at that, Lucas Percy is right behind his championship rival now. We're keeping on that. Menace Max is now 1/4 of a second back from Equal, so down 12th position. Menace Max is keeping on his progress, who is third in the championship, but I do think the Menace Max is going to have a very tight Grand Prix, a very tough Grand Prix here tonight. Up the inside goes Sam Swift there, takes the lead once again then. Troy's gone wide then. What about Percy? Is Percy going to go up the inside? Not quite then, because Troy's going to go back on the outside. He has DRS now, which Sam Swift is going to get defensive. I feel that this is going to get very frightening indeed then. It's free and brass going down. No, it isn't. Not quite then. Sam Swift trying to break on the inside. Troy's gone wide then. That's a rubbish camera I got. Where are my cameras? There they are. And Sam Swift retakes the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix. Troy back down to 2nd position here. Oh my goodness gracious me. I'm already sweating, which is not good because I'm now rubbing my beard stuff off of my beard. Sam Swift leads. Troy in 2nd position there. Percy is in 3rd position. All of the gearbox of Troy. Troy there is in major peril here. I've got to get the tower back up. Goodness gracious me as we go into 9 and 10 here. Oh my goodness gracious me. With how powerful the DRS is nowadays, you could probably run the 2018 Super Hards and you'll be fine to stay in the train. It's all over. Wednesday the mediums were rubbish, the hards were the best tire, and they look like they're the best tire again here tonight then. In this one, and the hard runners look much more comfortable, I feel, than the medium runners do. So we got Troy having another look then. There's Cam and Knowlesy swapping positions at the moment at the back of the field then as we lock up into turn 3. Mirad saying second stint is soft for medium runners, said Mirad. So Mirad then thinks it's going to be soft tires here. Then it's Immortal and Kez is alongside Immortal down to 5th position. Now look at the front now, and now Aston Martin has got past Troy, and now Percy's up in his 2nd position. Immortal down into 5th position. There's two passes there. Sam Swift and Chappers also getting very fruity in the battle for 5th and 6th position as well. Now into the middle part of this middle part of the track then, going a bit wide over the rumble strips there. But of course, do not go too wide over there because as Indigo's shown then, it is very easy to get sucked in there and potentially being pointed towards the wall. Brabbit has got past Chappers in a very unusual place there. I was not expecting expecting they overtake there. From first all the way down to 15th, everyone is in the DRS trade. There's a 7-second gap between Vessier and Mumford there. I'm not sure what happened there, but there's some kind of issue in the back of the field. That Ferrari of Menace is now up into 11th position here. I dare not take my eyes off the front here because it's absolutely incredible in this one here. Look at them all, they're all lined on still here. And look at that there, look at Indigo. He's almost at the circus. He races against Mags here. And on the inside, and he takes 9th position. Contact between the two cars. Sam Swift Ninja, the Menace Max is ghosted here. Sam Swift Ninja's lost the lead. No, he hasn't. He's got it back. No, Percy takes the lead in the Austrian Grand Prix. Oh my word, I'm going to have to use the second sector for a bit of a breather, I think, then, because it's action all over the show here. Menace Max down to 11th position, and Menace having looked, and Equaz also in the facility as well. My goodness me, the softs won't last as much as saying that. I got DC, and now I see Farhad is in P5 there. And what just happened? Unfortunately for Farhad, then he got caught out, and Keza got past, and I'm in the 4th position there. But so Mortal down to 5th position. I think the medium tires is just not performing here, as Louise Goodman, Serious Russian, just mentioned to us earlier on in the program. Across the line, then once again, and Menace is now past Mans, and Mans has not scored any points yet. And the Ferrari is flying there. Oh, Vesta's got a 3-second penalty there. My word there. And Troy's now dropped off. And now here are the two championship protagonists. And it's Percy and Sam Swift. They're going for the lead then. And on the outside goes Sam Swift and Percy on the inside there. And oh goodness me, there's a bit of banging wheels at the top of the hill. But Sam Swift takes the lead once again. And Legends has got past Chappers, I think, and now in 6th position. Chappers has lost 2 positions in the space of a couple of laps then. Sam Swift there back into the Grand Prix, just going back down now. And there is Chappers, who's losing out hand over fist. What's going on with Chappers then? He has dropped from 6th down into 9th position now. Chappers there is really struggling on those medium tires as well. Goodness gracious me. They're just on board now. Then of course, unfortunately, if you lose one position, you lose so much momentum, and you're just going to keep dropping down the order. And now here comes Menace there, having a great launch. To me, I think the medium tires are absolutely abomination at the moment. They're just not working well for the drivers out there. And this may be a problem for the runners who are on the hard tyres that have to go to the medium tyres then. So that is not good at all, is it then? My word. Sam Swift still leads out, but now look at this as they bunch back up once again. And of course, not going over that sausage curve. Absolutely inch perfect and fantastic 17. Farhad better than Lando Norris. Cam's got a 3-second penalty as we go up the hill once again. Where's Brabbit? There's Brabbit. I'm going to sniff on the inside of Immortal. No dice at the moment, and as you can see, a lot of locking up here. But luckily, it's all fine and dandy. Immortal's getting defensive here. Then it's the top 4 are status quo, and Immortal cuts across at Brabbit and keeps that 5th position there. My word, there is now we've got Mumford getting past there. Oh, we haven't there because look, as I was just flicking past there, but now Brabbit is through under the power, and Immortal down to 6th position, struggling out there at the moment. Kez is making those medium tires work quite nicely now because he's all over the gearbox with his teammate here. The two Haas drivers are 4rd and 4th, looking good, looking very strong indeed at the moment. Mumford has just got past Mags, and now in the 14th position, Mags has dropped right down into 15th there, struggling in this opening stage of this Grand Prix. Farhad better than Lando Norris. Pole to 5th, and Ravi Karun Chattendock, Dan Louise and Serious Rush was saying. Would you like to be Anthony Davidson, Serious Russian? Anthony Davidson's a legend in my eyes. As into the pits comes up Madge said. So the first ride then into the pits. So I think that might be a scheduled stop then, unless Madge has got some damage there. That's about a third distance away through this Grand Prix one. And on board with Percy then accelerates out now. We've got more action then. It's now Indigo is dropped down behind Menace, who's making his way through the field very nicely indeed then. And Menace is now up into 8th position there. Indigo trying to go back on the outside, and it's back through. Menace going to stay on the inside then, and goodness me, very close indeed, but Indigo has repelled the attack from Menace and back up into 8th position. So Menace is going to have to wait a bit longer then. Back at the front is Samstra still leads the way at the moment. I guess Farhad has damage here because Immortal is dropped down to 6th position there. Potentially, well, Serious Rush. Yeah, Anthony Davidson will do Serious Rush. So we're going to call it Serious Rush Show. Serious Davidson, or Anthony Mushroom then. Out to the final turn then on lap 13 in this incredible race at the moment. As you can see, then some of the gaps are now starting to extend then into the pits. It's one of the Aston Martin drivers. It has to be Coop because we're watching Lucas Percy. Versus got no pounds at the moment. That's not ideal for the silver driver then. And oh, goodness gracious me. How about pull the rest of the mission? More you. I joke, I wouldn't insult you like that. Pull the rest of what a legend. Rabbit has got past Keza now and moved himself up into fourth. Keza down into fifth position here. Keza is not giving this one up though without a fight. Then Brabbit is making his way through the field. Lucas Purchase lost that to Troy. There they are in front of us. Yes, Troy is now in the second position. Keza down in fifth. Both horses are on the move, but one's going up, one's going down, unfortunately. There is Troy now. So, and Sam Swift is going to be quite happy with that thing because he's now got a bit of breathing space. 4/10 of a second is not usually breathing space, but my goodness gracious me. I think that at this stage of the race then, I think 4/10 of a second is quite a lot of breathing space indeed. And lap 14 is in the front runner, is going to come to the pits. I was expecting to see maybe Keza or Mortal and Legends to peel into the pits. On the into the pits comes Chappers, who's also fallen down as well. Mortal and Chappers have both dropped down, and Mags has dropped down quite badly in this opening stint here, and all of them are on medium tyres. That's my reasoning anyway, but it's probably completely Boulder Dash. And now the top three are once again condensed. That the Mumford's got a 3-second penalty as we go up into turn number 3 in this one there. And look at them all there. There's a big old breaking point up the top of the hill, isn't it? And now Troy is now getting raced here, but I think it's going to be once again Percy who they're trying to now gap Brabbit. It's up to 7/10 of a second there. They're still in DRS, and of course you have to be within 1 second of the car in front to get the DRS detection point there. Whoa, there's Percy getting a bit of waggy on the old rear posterior there. What a good race it is up till now. Kiki is saying, look at that DRS train, says Thunder. It is. It's very much a conga line out there at the moment, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. It's stretching all the way down to 9th position there. Equals is about 1.25 seconds away at the moment on the medium tires in the RB, currently in 10th position. Back on board with Lucas Purchase morning. Goodness me, this is a harder race. Who's that? It's into the pits comes Keza there. So the second half driver Keza's into the pits there, and now going on to the preferred race car. I'm wondering if the drivers on the medium tyres could be on the preferred race strategy here then. And they're going after harder tyres. It's Troy. Goodness me, I thought that he was going to be in the hedge there, and now Percy is through, passes Troy. That was all down to Troy getting out of shape into turn 1 there. And now Percy back up in his second position there. Menace Max is now up into a superb 5th position there, navigating his way through the field then, and I gotta say the pace is not very quick at this stage. We've got 20 laps to go in this race. Here's Percy, not quite though. You're going down into turn 4. Menace is within a second of Brabbit, which means he is also within a second. What is going on up here? I'm gonna see there's contact between Chaffers and Legends here, and now we've got Legends now into 50 minutes. We're on board then, and he's underneath the gearbox of the Williams car. He is alongside Legends. Is he through? He is through, but of course his tyres will not be up to temperature as much as Chappers. Chappers gets so much more purchase, but nope. Legends takes the position and is back in front of the Williams and into the pits comes Immortal. So Immortal has had enough of those medium tyres and Immortal then is into the pits now. My goodness gracious me, DRS there is Pikes Tango as Dilando's got a 3-second penalty as Dilando is into the pits but it's got a 3-second penalty. Astra John is dropping down the order, but he is coming to the pits as well, up to the top of the hill once again there. Oh my goodness gracious me. Percy will pit 1 lap earlier than Sam to get the undercut. Kiki has said, I get why you're so slow. As we've also got Chappers gone for the big undercut too here. As I'm trying to keep an eye on the thing as well. He got his setup before the race from someone. Brabbit is cooking it. So as it looks like Immortal has got some setup issues out there, unfortunately for the pole sitter. Where is Immortal then? Immortal's come out in 10th position. Not too bad. He's behind Kes at the moment. Nolsey and Vessier are swapping positions there. And these two drivers have not pitted yet. They're both on the harder tyre. Nolsey's on the inside, but Vessier powers on the outside, gets the position. He is through and up into 7th position there. And Coop is also got past Cam as well. Indigo has got a 3-second penalty for their troubles there. Back at the front, the top 8 have not stopped yet. Kez is the highest driver that has stopped. Madge has got a 3-second penalty as well. The top 5 all within a second of each other. Look, oh my goodness me, there's Menace in 5th position there. He has come from 12th 12th on the grid there. And who's out? That's Brabham steaming up the inside there. Billy was a bit too far back, to be honest there. It looked a bit closer than what it actually was, to be fair. Menace is now becoming a menace in Brabham's eyes here. I'm now going for a bit of a drag race down here. Sam Smith has lost the lead, then Percy takes the lead. What about Menace? He is through on the inside of Brabham. Yes, he's done it, has he? No, Brabham there has got on the power, and he's relinquished and is trying to repel the attack of Menace. Menace goes on the outside, but no dice there. And it's status quo, but it's not status quo at the front there, because a half distance in this Grand Prix. Percy leads. Sam Swift is now down to the second position. Remember that these two are fighting for the World Championship. The gap is 13 points at the moment in round 11 here in Austria. It's the longest season ever in ALR Formula 1 history. But there's a long way to go, and every point I think is going to count between these two superb athletes in this Grand Prix. Across the line on lap 19. 3/10 of a second is the gap once again. The top five are now starting to drop. Indigo's 2 seconds back there. He's also got a couple of pounds to run, but Indigo, of course, driving for the kicks out. We're doing a great job at the moment there. Here comes the penalty, says Serious Mush there, as we power up the hill once again. Percy is leading, but only just there because Sam Swift Ninja and Percy seems to be driving the same car. It's the Aston Martin Williams there. And then Troy has also taken stock as well on the outside. Sam Swift has got so much more overspeed there, and Thierry takes the lead. Troy there just stepping back at the moment. We heard about the undercut from someone in the comments section there. So when is that going to happen then? Are they going to start to think about coming to the pits now? The medium tyres look quite bad, to be honest, from my point of view. I would probably say the less the time you spend on them, the better. But also at the same time, you want to get past, don't you? And if you do the overcut quite nicely, you could potentially, as a Kez is involved in this battle as well. Nosey there off the circuit has lost out to Kez. Kez are now up into 8th position there. Vestier is his next target, and the gap is 14 seconds there between Keza. Oh, bit of contact between himself and Vestier. As look at this, they're all over the gearbox. That's a Mercedes off. I think it's Manchester's had issues there, and it's a VSC. None of the top runners are coming to the pits there, but this is perfect opportunity now for Vestier and Nosey, I think, to come into the pits. But it's a long time for the medium tyres there. Keza's back in the pits. So Keza there is Keza's coming back in the pits here. So Keza then is thinking about going back onto the medium tyres. Goodness gracious me. So Mortal then staying out at the moment then. That's an unusual. I'm surprised that Keza's in the pits, to be honest, because I thought he was going to stay out now and potentially go to the end then. So VSC is out then. It is because there's issues for this Mercedes driver here. Manchester coming into the pits in the Mercedes. Issues there, unfortunately. So Vestier out then right beyond as Manchester into the pits and out of the Grand Prix. Keza then in 15th, but Nosey in 16th. Cam is coming to the pits there. So all those drivers potentially. I'm not sure about Keza's strategy there, but however, I cannot say much because I don't know what's going on. Could save them 6 seconds. Those out of pitted. Serious Smash was saying that. I'm wondering if anyone's going to come in the pits there. And but remember though, the medium tyres have not looked too healthy. Into the pits. All of them are in the pits apart from Sam Swift. Then when is the VSC going to end then? So yes, as Serious Smash said, they could potentially save 6 seconds here. DRS Finable were back racing now then. So they may not have got the whole of the VSC advantage then, but they got enough as the runners are as the top runners in the pits now. Quaz has lost out to Chappers somewhere, and now or is it Legends actually? I do not know, to be fair, as they come out of the final turn now. Are these drivers going to get out in front of this gaggle of cars? Here comes a Mortal. Mortal's going to be right in the heart, I think, of this one. Out of it now. Look, there's a Mortal, and he's going to squeeze in front of the Ferrari and maybe in front of the Alpine as well. Almost squeezing the Ferrari off the road, and now Brabham's got no DRS then, and Mortal's up in 4th position, and Brabham down into 6th now because the Ferrari's got on the outside. Menace is up into 5th position now. Wow, incredible stuff. But the gap then between Troy and Mortal is now up to 2 seconds there. So Troy then is very much in the thick of things. If the VSC ends are stuffed, Serious Rush saying, and that is exactly what happened, unfortunately. Now Sam Swift has probably seen that the medium tyres are going to be struggling at this stage. The gap is 15 seconds. Sam Swift has stayed out for another lap then, so let's see what happens in this one here. So the DRS train has been broken up now, so we're going to probably have hopefully a bit of a lull in this race then, because I need to absolutely, oh goodness me, menace all over the gearbox of Immortal here. Immortal is on the harder tires to the end of the Grand Prix. Out to the final turn then. The only driver not to pit is our race leader Sam Swift, but Immortal set the fast on the race, but Menace is all over the gearbox now. Remember, he started 12th on the grid, up into 5th at the moment, and the Ferrari driver is a great great return, great recovery on there for the man who's fair in the World Championship. Keza set the pass off the race. Lucas Purchase lost out as Troy, who, of course, then is we haven't seen Troy in this fine Vettel since the Qatar Grand Prix. Several races ago last season. It's great to see the Super Swede back up there. Equals has got into 8th position there. Legend into 9th position. I haven't said that. Troy has lost out there. Percy is back through it into 2nd position. Gap is down to 14.5 seconds there. Up the inside goes Private. Immortal down to 5th there. But this race may come back to Immortal later on as he is on the hard tyres. And I think he's on the preferred tyre as well. Oh my gosh, said. And serious question, I think they just made it then. Thunder, as Farhad can't defend against these guys with hard, said Thunder saying, but hopefully Immortal will, this race might come back to Immortal later on. The gap is down to 13 seconds. Farf, Sam's gone soft. 9 laps, they last. Oh my goodness me. So Farf has thrown in the curveball there. I must say, I didn't really think about soft tyres. And so Farfen, the strategical genius that he is, has already seen what Sam Swift is going to do here. The championship leader, the world champion as well. Troy and Percy just swapping position. There's Menace down to 4th position, and he is not defending Brabant at the moment in this race. Yeah, Sam may go soft. It would be epic if he pulls it off, and of course that'll be impressive, and also that'll extend his lead in the championship as well. And Percy though has got back past Troy. Troy back down into 3rd position, and Menace in 4th, Brabant in 5th position, then 6 is Immortal who's hanging on nicely. Indigo's in 7th, and Legends doing a superb job in 8th with Equals 9th. Chapper's in top 10 in 10th position. Just outside the top 10 is Coop, as in Soup in 11th position there. Delando in 12th there, Mumford in 13th, Keza in 14th. He's gone for a second stop there, Keza has. I feel that second stop has put him out of contention though. I feel that second stop may be a mistake there. We just need a safety car after Sam Pitt, says Thunder, and token of which Sam Swift is into the pits now there for the Williams team then. Of course, the world champion going to work now then. Williams said 2 times Constructors champions in ALR Golf then. And this is how much time he's lost then. But Sam Swift has gone medium then. So Sam Swift probably thought about the soft tyres there and then decided against it. Can he get out in front of Legends? I thought he was going into the wall there. And he has got out in front of Legends there. But the overspeed may be too much for Sam Swift here. Troy has retaken the lead then. And Troy has retaken the lead then. So now Sam Swift is about 2.5 seconds away from Indigo, from Immortal, from Brabant and Menace. Then there's another 2.25 seconds there between Menace and Percy. So Sam Swift is not too far away then. It's a very short pit in here. The pit loss is not too bad at all. Bro stayed too long to pit for mediums. Thunder is saying that. Both wrong, Farf. Sorry, Anthony Mushroom is saying there in the comment section as well. I wonder if these stories are going to work together. Troy, I don't, of course, remember Troy Percy had an epic rivalry for the championship battle in season 8 and season 9 of ALR, along with Boxtal as well. So renewing their rivalry here tonight, and of course, these two drivers are. It was an absolutely epic season. Season 8 was as well. One of my favourites. It was brilliant to watch there, albeit the game wasn't too great of F1 2022, but the season for ALR was fantastic. Out of turn 1 then, Knowles has got a 3-second penalty. Very unusual for Knowlesy. He is so fast that he can catch up, but he made a mistake there. My legend leads that. While Percy now takes the lead there. Menace is defending from Brabant here. Where is Sam Swift? I hear us, and he's now under 2 seconds away from this gaggle of cars, and there's 4 here. Immortal is going to have is under pressure now from Indigo. Brabant is having a third position there. Indigo, Immortal is stuck there. Has kind of been boxed in, and now Immortal Indigo up into 5th position there. There's too many eyes in this race. Goodness gracious me. But look at that gap battle though. That battle has allowed Sam Swift to gain over 2 seconds, about just under 2 seconds on this gaggle of cars, and that Sam Swift is now very much in DRS range of these drivers now, whilst they're fighting tooth and nail for the final podium, which potentially could be 4th, depending on how quick Sam Swift can get past and overtake these drivers, and it also depends on how long the medium tyres can last. Across the line, 10 laps to go in this Grand Prix. I have no idea how this one's going to play out here then, but it's going to be very interesting. The final 10 laps, and I can't believe it's 10 laps already. This race is flying by. There's the top 2, and then we've got 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. And now there goes Menace, passes Brabant. Here's Immortal at the moment, and now up the inside goes Indigo. On the outside is Sam Swift, and look at this, Sam Swift having a lunch there, but Immortal there not yielding then. We see as Sam Swift goes very well, but Sam Swift has got DRS, and Brabant is down to 5th position. Immortal up into Indigo up into 4th, I should say. Oh my goodness, gracious me. Indigo, as Immortal has made a mistake about strategy. Thunder is saying that, so Thunder is not feeding Immortal strategy at the moment. Up the inside goes Sam Swift, and takes the 6th position away then. Now next target for Sam Swift is Brabbit in 5th position there. Of course, as I mentioned, the gap is 13 points in the World Championship. Percy is 4 tenths of a second away from Troy. Troy's doing a superb job up there. It's great to see Troy back in the thick of things. Absolutely loving that. Percy leads there by 5 tenths of a second. Troy and Menace Max second. And third position, Menace is about 3 seconds away now as the top two are now starting to really extend their gap over this battle here. Kez has got a number penalty. To be honest, I'm wondering if Kez Astro John is going to win. We are all fooled then. Astro John doing a good job in an 18th position there on the harder tire. Samson at the inside, passes the LP driver, and away they go. And now Samson up in the 5th position there. 9 laps to go. These laps are counted down quite quickly. Troy takes the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix. Whilst we're having a look at this battle here, Vessier, Keza and Vessier swap positions as well. I must say with Keza, I feel that extra stop has put him out of contention here, because I think that Keza is very much in the heart of this battle. That extra stop, I feel, has really thrown Keza very much. The Haas team have really put Keza into a very difficult position here, and I feel that as Indigo getting out of shape there and Sam Swift is through already, and Sam Swift up in the 4th position. Next car is Menace in 3rd, and Sam Swift is going to now have a 3-second gap between himself and Percy and Troy, and he's on the medium tires and on a younger set of medium tires as well here then. So Sam Swift has all the cards at the moment there by the looks of things, but he does not have the position on track there. And just on board now as Percy's retaking the lead there, and now Sam Swift is down into 3rd position there. Menace Max down to 4th there. Of course, those fresh medium tires are paying dividends. Mortal is on harder tires and it's the first driver on the harder tires as well, so maybe the harder tires might come back in this one, but we'll find out, as this is the beauty about sport, as it is played out live, and it's not one on paper, it's one on the track here. Ooh, my word. Sadly, I'm going to have a shower tonight. I am absolutely saturated here as Percy still leads. Troy is still second. 8 laps to go in this Grand Prix as we have a bit of a lull for the first time in a very long time in this race. I say we have a lull, but this battle here for 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and so this quadrant of cars here is having a good old battle here for 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. 3 out of these 4 cars are going to get points then. 1 driver is not going to get points at the moment then. So as come across the line, and here comes Equals all over the back of Legends. Legends since qualifying, since the first time he got out of the pits, Legends has been absolutely flying, hasn't he? Firing on all cylinders. But Equals is coming now, and there he goes. Equals up into 8th position, passes the Red Bull driver, and now can he pull away here? They're on very similar hard tyres. Serious Russian think Indigo was just being polite there. Fair play to him. 2 showers in a month, Sean. Jeez. No, don't worry about that, Russia. It's the 1st of September today, so yes. That last month doesn't count, but I only had 1 shower in August, so I'm going to try and have 2 showers in September. I think I've got a bit of thunder outside. Oh, goodness gracious me. Or maybe that's my stomach grumbling, potentially. I'm not too sure. Oh, my word. Luckily, I got my curtains drawn then, so what I can't see doesn't hurt me, as I'm like an ostrich. I just bury my head in the sand then. The final turn then, as of course that battle for 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th has kind of cooled off. I say cooled off, it probably hasn't, to be honest, as it's still fraught at the best of times. Only 2 retirements in this race so far. MHD out of the race very early on, and didn't make turn 1, unfortunately, and also Mank out of the race as well. And then apart from that, it's been an incredible race, hasn't there, as we go up into the top of the hill. Lap 30 out of 36 had a safety car right at the beginning of this race, and then we had a VSC halfway through this race, and soft tyres has gone on for Vessier. Vessier is trying to get the fast at that point. That fast at point will only apply to Vessier, not for the RB team, because Vessier is only a reserve driver tonight then, for Vessier then. So just keeping that in mind then, because reserve drivers, new rule for this season, reserve drivers are not allowed to not allowed to score points for the teams, mainly because over the years in the ALR, reserve drivers have won the constructors for some teams, which really Frogden deserves to be, because their normal drivers are never there. Into the final couple of turns, there we go. Percy leading by 7/10 second. Sam Swift has had an incredible lap on this lap there. The gap's down by 6/10 of a second there. Sam Swift has got 5 laps, so, and the pace is absolutely electric out there. It's absolutely a fantastic Grand Prix. I can't believe how quickly this race has gone. Was that debris off someone's car? Mumford's got a 3-second penalty in 12th position. This is Mumford's first drive in goal for a very long time, and in 12th position, well, good stuff indeed there for Mumford. He's done a great job in silver over the past couple of races. Look, though, Sam Swift has not gone out of this gaggle of cars. So there's a yellow flag, there's issues, and who is it? It's Knowlesy off the circuit, and that's unusual to see Knowlesy off, but having issues in turn 1 there for Knowlesy, and now we have got Equals, Legends, Equals, and Chappers, all line on Stern, and Kess is out in 13th position, getting past Delando. As Chappers then down to 10th position, and Kupas and the Soup still keeping a watching brief at the moment. As these guys, I think, are being towed along very nicely indeed then, aren't they, here? So they're getting closer to Percy and Troy. And Sam Swift, there they are! Goodness gracious me, then that gap is smaller than what I was expecting to be. Troy, Menace, Sam Swift, and Combs pick then is the vote for the day. Please don't pick me, because I have no idea. I'll probably pick all 18 drivers. It's been fantastic. Sean the Goat, thank you very much, Thunder. I love you. Sam's catching there. Sam's catching. Serious Russia. Serious Russia is saying as well. Oh my goodness me. And not only is Sam catching, look at this. He's bringing a party with him as well. Look at these cars. We got Indigo, Menace, Max, Brabbit, and the Mortal. Goodness gracious me. We are going to have a 7-car shootout for the final stage of the Grand Prix. All on medium tyres. All on tyres which are on different lives there. We have got 11-lap tyres for Troy, for Percy, for Indigo, for Menace, and for Brabbit. We've got an 8-lap old tyre for Sam Swift. We've got hard tyres for Immortal. Anything can happen in this Grand Prix, and it will do. I have no idea who's going to win this race. Any one of the top 7 can win, but Indigo does have a penalty there. Who else is on the edge of disaster with getting a penalty? My word, there is that is the only driver in the top 7 that has got penalties so far, and only 2 drivers in the top 10 have got penalties. Fantastic racing out there tonight. Absolutely inch perfect in this one. 33, 4 laps to go in this one there, and this one could be a grandstand finish here then, and this has been a barnstorming of a Grand Prix. Oh, I got a bit of a sore throat coming in. It's probably because I've been shouting at the top of my lungs for the past 2 hours. Fantastic, indeed. And Delando and Mumford, as we just got another overtake for the leader. And Indigo's through, and he passes Sam Swift and moves up into 4th position. Third position. Sam Swift are going to be too concerned because of the penalty that Indigo's got. But having said that, they're now in DRS range of the top 2. That's important. That's very important here that they're in DRS range of the top 2. So Sam Swift is still going to get past Indigo on track if he wants to challenge for this Grand Prix win here. Cooper's now past Legends. Legends is struggling out there. That's a shame for Legends there, because he's been superb out there at the moment. Driver of the Day vote is out there, but with 4 laps to go, I have no idea who we should pick at this one there. Oh my word. And I keep saying there. Oh, yellow flag. What's happened? It's a Haas. It's Keza off the circuit. Keza is having a night. What a shame for Keza. This is the first race I've felt in a very long time that Keza was absolutely flying out there. I think that extra pit stop has really hamstrung Keza. So that 2-stop strategy for Keza has completely not been ideal at all there. Look at this. And so we've got Percy. Now the crocodile has been complete. Then Delando's got another 10-second penalty. That's 2 10-second penalties in a row there. I take it back. Indigo doesn't give a flying flip. Serious Russia saying, oh my goodness me. This is going to be good. Very good indeed. Sam Swift is back through and back into 3rd position now. And look at this. And Sam Swift has 3-lap younger tyres with 3 laps to go. Then is that going to be crucial in this race? Then I'm still looking at I'm still looking at Immortal, to be honest, on those hard tyres. I think those hard tyres are going to be feeling a bit more happier than the medium tyres. Then let's find out then. And this is where it's going to get very rowdy indeed. Then the top 7 here, with just 2 laps to go. Then Sam Swift Ninja is coming now. What can Troy and Percy do that. And of course, Percy and Troy and Sam Swift, three drivers, the only three world champions in this field from this category. And we have gold. Then Percy, the season 9 world champion, Troy, the season 8 world champion, and Sam Swift Ninja, the season 10 world champion. Three champions, and so many wins between them, about 50 wins between them. Then all fighting for the Austrian Grand Prix win here. My word, then. And Troy having a look then, no dice mode, and Sam Swift then locking up the inside front tire, and it's going wheel to wheel at the top of the hill. And now Sam Swift got a good run then. I think Troy though is going for it on the outside and outside again, then the Percy, and who's that? The Sam Swift Ninja going for second position here on the inside, and the younger medium tires is now starting to work then, and I keep knocking the chain of two cars. Sam Swift on the inside has spinning the car, and they have to take evasive action here. Oh my goodness gracious me. And that was getting very fraught indeed. Indigo is now in his second position there. Troy's down in the third there with Menace Max in fourth position there. In this one there, Percy leads, and that is what Percy needed, to be honest. Did Percy just re-looking on it, unfortunately I missed it. Did Percy shut the door there? Oh, his Indigo is getting a swap of it. Menace Max is now on the ascendancy as well. Where's Sam Swift? He's down in sixth position and he has lost a bit of time there, hasn't he? There? Goodness gracious me, and lap 36 out of 36 in this one there. Unfortunately for Indigo, he's got penalties at hope. That's such a shame there for Indigo. He needs some kind of shenanigans in this final lap then to keep his second position or keep a podium, which I think he's going to drop all the way down to 7th in this one. Here then, Astro John is flying through the field. He is absolutely he's up into 13th position now, Astro John is. Really good Sunday. We've got yellow flag in the middle sector. One of the RBs is off the circuit. Indigo is going for it. Troy is through and up into second position once again. Now, great driving for Troy today. Immortal is past Sam Swift, or is he? Yes, Sam Swift jumped down to 7th position now. And what is this? Menace Max on the outside then. A 10-second penalty as Menace Max on the outside then. As Indigo is going to have to slam the door shut there, but Menace Max will still get third position now as they come out of the final couple of turns now. Going over the brow of the hill. This is going to be a grandstand finish here in the Austrian Grand Prix. This is not this corner. This is the last corner. And Lucas Percy wins the Austrian Grand Prix. What an absolute thriller here in Austria. Troy is second with Menace in third, Brabant fourth, Immortal fifth, and Sam Swift in sixth position there. What an end to that race. 22nd career win for Lucas Percy, and as we said, we give him a challenge there for Lucas Percy. If he wins 12 more races in the final 13, he'll be the most winless driver in ALR Gold history. His 22nd Grand Prix win for Lucas Percy, and retakes the lead in the Drivers' Championship. Maybe I'll have to get my calculator out. Lucas Percy is the winner of the Austrian Grand Prix with Legends 8th, Chappers 9th, Equals in 10th position now, and it's and both McLarens unfortunately finishing 17th and 18th. Still no points then for the team from Woking. Horror show. Troy, best result since the Qatar Grand Prix, and Menace, what a drive from 12th to 3rd in this one there. Combs pick, oh no. Troy 28% of vote, 14% for Menace Max, 14% for Sam Swift. Percy is the luckiest guy I have ever seen. Thunder saying Percy won. GG to Sam there. Troy back at the sharp end. I love it there. We've also got Serious Russian. GG Percy. What a win. My pick for driver of the day. Oh, I'm leaning towards Menace Max, but Troy, who's been in the wilderness, the doldrums for so long, he has returned to form here tonight with not just a very good qualifying performance, but a great race performance as well. So Troy, for me, the season he's had so far, Troy is back in the fight. Driver of the day for me for Troy, but Menace Max a close second there. If that's any consolation, Percy also possibly should be joining as well. But Troy, for me, he was superb today. Yeah, I know he finished third, finished second then from third position, but it's great to see him back in the sharp end of the field. 22nd Grand Prix win for Percy. Troy second with Menace in third position, Brabant fourth, Immortal fifth with Sam Swift in sixth, Indigo seventh, Legends eighth, Chappers ninth, and Equals in 10th position now. Coop just outside the points of length, Mumford 12th, good result there. Astro John, fantastic in 13th in the end. Nolte Fesser, Keza, Delando, and Cam then with finishing the classification then. Mag and MHD retiring from the Grand Prix, and Keza gets that fastest up and that fastest up point as well, which is all good stuff indeed then. Well, fantastic stuff then. Who have I got in the comments box? I've got Troy. I haven't spoken to Troy in such a long time. And, oops, I should be hiding my thing here, shouldn't I? 1 minute. Troy, what a superb result today! Absolutely sublime. I think that I've just picked you for driver today, but I think that coming back to the sharp end of the field was superb today. What has changed for you today? Have you? Is it just this circle, or is this the old Troy back, the man who won the championship a few seasons ago?
Nah, man, the old Troya is certainly not back. I don't know, man. I got a good quali for once. Started in the top three, and this game is a lot about qualifying because you could see how close the pace is between everyone. It was like probably a train down to P12 or something. I don't know. So it's more or less whereabouts you qualify. And yes, stayed out of trouble. That was more about it. Got that I couldn't get the win, but yeah, it could have been anyone's between me, Percy, and Sam, I reckon, for the win.
It really could have been. How difficult was it to kind of keep your focus? And you had no penalties at all, but you also had such a queue behind you towards the end of that race. Then, was you even focused on anyone behind you, or was you more focused on person trying to get past?
Second stint, I wasn't really too focused on the guys behind me. I was more focused on not losing time together with Percy. We did quite well not to fight in that second stint until those guys catched up. And yeah, we were trading DRS back and forth to try to keep this gap that we had to the guys behind. Unfortunately, I'm not like up to my old pace yet, so it didn't work that well when I was in front of our little duo there. But I mean, it worked. It worked out fine. So we could have at least kept the lead until the final couple of laps, and then yeah, the final couple of laps got a bit messy. I think Sam was boxed in between me and Percy at one point. He wanted to go for a move, but I was on his left, and then he kind of outbroke himself, I think, going against Percy. But yeah, I'm gutted because that little incident kind of threw all the chances on the win because that got, that did so that made a car appear between me and Percy, and you obviously want to be second on the final lap to have a chance on the win.
And the one thing that potentially may have also hamstrung your wing as well is that the VSC. Did you feel that the VSC kind of locked you all into that pit stop window, or did you think maybe I can go an extra lap and make up the time, or was that just not possible?
Nah, I think the pit window was closed regardless, so I think maybe some people considering boxing that lap anyways, or definitely the lap after that. But as soon as that safety car VSC came out, I knew it was gonna end by the time we came into the pits, but I knew it could definitely gain maybe 2-3 seconds advantage regardless. So around Austria, you kind of have to take that chance. And yeah, pit stop was perfect. The entry was perfect. The exit was perfect. The pit stop was perfect. So me and Percy had like a gap to the guys behind after the pit stops. It was like 1.8 seconds or something. So yeah, that was good, and that was quite good for the remainder of the stint. To kind of have it a bit more calm, not have like a big ass train behind you for the whole race.
And we did mention right at the beginning of the interview that maybe the old Troy is back then. So what have you got to do to get the old Troy back then? What is missing at the moment for you?
Man, a lot is missing, man. A lot of components are missing for me to get back to the good old ways. To be honest, I'm lacking motivation, and I'm so angry with myself because I've kind of became one of those guys that I hated when I started racing. I just like show up with not too much of practice, which I kind of need to give myself stick for that. I don't know, man. The game doesn't suit me. I don't have the motivation. It's a lot of components going into it, but at least I'm happy I can still fight for wins at occasions, and hopefully form will get back at some point.
But it's really good to have you on the podium today. Well done, Troy. Brilliant drive to second position. I'd say your best drive of the season thus far. Fantastic. Let's come to Menace Max, who qualified 12th, Menace, and that caught me by surprise. What happened to you in qualifying?
I got a bit too confident and I misjudged it. I thought I could get through on use. Um, and then I went out. I even went out to cover it, and then saw Equaz pop in the lap behind me, and I brought it back in. I wanted to save the tires, but there's no point saving the tires if you don't get through. So, yeah, I just messed that up.
Ah, classic Ferrari strategy, I understand.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But in the race, though, you made up for it impressively well, and you caught up to the back of the Gagler 4-5 leaders quite quickly, and you was well in DRS as well. So when you caught up to the back of it when other pit stops was happening, did you think that maybe what was your thoughts there? Would you think the win was on there? Do you think just a podium? What was you thinking at that stage?
To be honest, I had a pretty slow start by standards. In Canada, I think I had a better start in the first couple of laps, but my pace was good and the it was coming to me the race, and I caught yeah to the gaggle of five or whatever it was pretty quick, and Sam was I was in a party with Sam, and he said his tires were like 12% better than mine, so I was just pumping in fastest lap after 12% more deg than mine, so I don't know what I was doing. Um, but yeah, I just had some good pace, and I thought it was on. I nearly got past B Rabbit with a switchback move out of turn four, and if I'd have got that, I would have been in a slightly better position for the pit stop. But when the VSC came out, I don't know what happened. We just seemed to we got it. I got everything right on the pit stop, but we just seemed to lose a 2 second gap, kind of. Um, and then I got stuck behind a mortal, which was just yeah, it's whatever. But yeah, I enjoyed the race. It was good. I seem to have some good pace, so a lot of promising stuff.
I keep saying in the qualifying that you're going to be our newest race winner, but I keep jinxing you, I think. Then, so when do you think that race win is going to come for you, or are you not too worried by that?
I'm not too worried by it. As I said, I missed the first race. I was just reserve at the start of the season, and as I say, I wasn't expecting to be this high up when I did the first race. Obviously, now I'm pretty kind of accustomed to it. So I'm not too bothered because I'm kind of out of the title fight and everything like that. So I'm just if it happens, it happens. But I just got to make sure I drive the best race I can, and if I know I drive the best race I can, then I'm fine with it.
We heard Troy mention about how important qualifying was on this game. Then, if you got your qualifying all nipped in the bud today, do you think that the win was on the cards with knowing the pace of Troy and Percy today?
Honestly, I'm not sure. As I say, anything can happen. So I could only speculate. I had decent pace. I don't know if it was better than Troy and Percy. Probably not. At the end, they pulled away when they had the DRS and they were DRSing each other. That was my chance to try and catch up, and I couldn't. So I I don't think so. But no one will ever know.
It's one of those things, isn't it? But I just like to test it. Well done today, Menace. Brilliant
No,
drive
thank
to
you.
third position. Fantastic. And let's come to Percy, your 22nd Grand Prix win of your career. And my goodness me, I'm not sure about you, but I certainly wasn't very cool in the end of that because it was very much, very much squeaky bum time. How was you feeling in the car?
Um, yes, squeaky bum time is probably the correct phrase after that ending. I mean, the first, 15, 16, 17 laps was nice and chilled. I was just sticking behind Sam, sticking behind Troy, saving my tyres, saving the battery. And then, yeah, that safety car, or that virtual safety car came out, sorry, and it spiced things up. I think me and Troy got pretty lucky, to be honest, because I don't know what happened. Like, just heard many say, don't know what happened to them guys because they were right behind us. And then all of a sudden, me and Troy come out with a 2 second gap to them. So I just thought to myself, well, this is perfect for me and Troy. We can literally just DRS train each other here. We can pull some time on the guys behind, and I mean we did that. I think we got the gap up at one point to about 3.5 seconds, and then obviously Sam still had to make his pit stop, and with with his fresher tyres at the end, he was always going to catch up and drag the rest of the pack towards us, and like he did, thankfully at the end, yeah, just came out on top.
And he decided not to pit Sam Swift Ninja whilst everyone else pitted. So what was your plan there? Was you coming in the pits regardless, or was you going to do the opposite of Sam?
To be honest, if it had have said safety car or the virtual safety car was ending before I had to come into the pits, I wouldn't have boxed. But because obviously the VSC was still out, I think we gained about 5 seconds on Sam, and then obviously having the undercut as well, we gained probably another 5 seconds. So yeah, I was always going to box if the VSC stayed out like it did. So I think it just played into our favour really.
Certainly did. And the one thing we've got to ask you about is the contact between yourself and Sam Swift towards the end of that race. Then Sam Swift, it looks like, was going for maybe an audacious manoeuvre there. What is your take on that, or did you feel you closed the door?
I didn't even see him there. Was looking back and I saw him and Troy side by side, so I didn't even realise Sam was there. And I, I think Troy must have backed out because Troy was the one on the inside originally. So I think maybe it was a bit audacious from Sam. I mean, I was already turned into the corner, and then I just found a massive foot on the side of my car, and yeah, unfortunately Sam went spinning around. But I think he was pretty lucky because I think he ghosted, so he didn't take anyone out when he went round as well.
And with the battle of like 7 cars that you had that was behind you in the end, how did you know anything about what was going on behind you, or was you only focused on maybe Troy and potentially Sam Swift at the end of that race? What was you fearing at the end of that race, or wasn't you even fearing anything?
The only person I was really fearing was Troy, because obviously he was behind me the majority of that race. He was just able to save his battery, so I was just fearing Troy. I mean, it's nice to see him have the pace and be back up fighting with us, like because he deserves it. I mean, 4 or 5 seasons in a row now he's been up here, and it's pretty disheartening when you see one of your closest rivals battling for P10 and P9 every race. So it is nice to see him back up here. I know he's clean, and today just proved he's clean. And yeah, just from my side, I was just focusing on myself really. That final lap, I knew I had. I think it was about 85% battery crossing the line, so I just knew I'd be able to keep ahead of the guys on the straights and just bring it home.
And we're going to hit half distance in the British Grand Prix next week. You're leading the championship, give or take a point. It's how important is it then going into the second half of the season? And we've got Silverstone, the Hungarian Grand Prix, Spa, Zandvoort in Italy coming up. Then there are some very tough races in that old school circuits as well, where a lot of things can happen, safety cars and all kinds of weird and wonderful weather. Are you up for the challenge?
100% up for the challenge. I'd never back down from a challenge. I think now that Menace is a full-time driver as well, he's going to add extra spice to the championship. I think me and Sam are still, what is it, maybe 100 points ahead of Menace, so I think it is still just between us two. But I mean, you never know what could go on between myself and Sam. We could get a bit spicy towards the end of the season, and we could have a me and Boxdale 2.0 at Zandvoort. You never know. So I think from my side, it's just focus on race by race and try and keep picking off points from Sam as we go. And towards the end of the championship, that's when I'll really set my sights on it. But for now, like I said, it's just take it one race at a time.
Thank you very much today, Percy. Brilliant drive, your 22nd Grand Prix win of your career. Second today was Troy. Great to see Troy back up here and having a chat with us. Menace Max, what a recovery drive from 12th to third position. Brilliant stuff. Tomorrow night is Silver. We've already had a bit of a preview of Silver with Mumford today racing in gold, which is great to see. But what about Ultimate B set? It's going to be a great battle between those two at the top of the standards. Then we've got bronze on Tuesday as well. And then we go to the home of motorsport. It's the British Grand Prix on Wednesday. I'm going for a lie down, but I'll see you on Tuesday. Knowlesy, we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.